following is a presentation of Gabriel Chana, Fox News.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness.
No! Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a special presentation of the Drunken Peasants.
Do it live.
We're doing it live once again. And today's episode is brought to you by Gabrielle Chana, Fox News, and we've got Empress Gail here visiting us. Welcome back to the show, Gail.
Hi, you guys.
Hi. I saw you laugh when you saw yourself in the intro there. The lick my butthole, he laughed.
Oh, yeah. You guys are hilarious.
And one of your men is in the intro, too, Matthew McConaughey. You saw him.
Matthew. Well, hi, Matthew.
Yeah.
He's probably listening.
He could be. I'm guessing most of your men tune in anytime you make a public appearance.
I'm guessing they do, too, especially at Gabriel Chana Fox News.
Yep. Yeah. I wanted to make everyone out there aware because you do have a Patreon. A lot of stuff happens there. I have it linked down in the description of the video that everyone's watching. What kind of stuff, if someone signs up for your Patreon, what would they expect?
Basically, me just ad-libbing on Friday nights for about 3 hours with my fans. And sometimes we'll watch movies. And then I have these walk videos where I am totally candid, presenting my brutally honest opinions about people like Lizzo Jesuits, and then when I go on the walk, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I am not allowed to upgrade my camera, and I have lost visual capabilities on my walk videos. All I have is audio.
Oh, no.
So Buddha told my men that I should not upgrade my camera. I think Lizzo has brain control abilities with the new cameras.
I see. So you have to kind of paint a mental picture for what you're seeing.
Right, and I say it verbally. Though my followers tell me they enjoy it. The main thing about my walk videos is the audio anyway. Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah. It does it reach ASMR levels for them? Do they tell you that it gives them the tingles?
Yeah, well, I talk about stuff that, that's kind of like, I'm very candid. I tell the truth, as I see it. And I do run into a lot of Lizzo Jesuits on my walk, so I'll tell them how I've interacted with them and what's going on,
So was it Lizzo's work that made you have to move from Florida to, I believe you're in Alabama now?
No, that would have been Lori McBride when she was bad.
Okay.
She's good now. Yeah.
That is something that I'm very impressed by, that you've managed to turn a lot of your enemies over to your side, like Zach Knight, like Lori McBride. How did you manage to work that out? Are you just, it's your diplomatic skills, would you say?
I think I have a lot of empathy.
Okay.
And I'm able to put myself in other people's shoes. And when I sense that they're suffering and that they really want to stand for true love, I am their ally.
That's good to hear,
Yeah, because a lot of these people that are Jesuits,
I pledge my sword in your defense.
Oh, and I forgot. They'll send donations and interrupt us. But yeah. And by the way, if you guys have any questions for Gail, feel free to send them in, and she'll respond to them. But I'm sorry for the interruption. What were you going to say?
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm glad you're in charge because I would have no idea how to run your thing because you really understand your crowd. I'm a little bit older than everybody out there, I think.
Just like we were saying, though, before we started, you appeal to a younger demographic.
Yeah, my soulmate is Brent Spiner, and he is what I would call a genius at sizing up people. Like, I think he could just go in a room and know immediately, like, the deepest, innermost core of everyone in the room and how to handle them. He's got a gift along that line. And for that reason, he's kind of like educated me about how to reach people that are
Love
of
seeing the
different
one and
age
only
groups.
true Empress of the known universe, Empress Gail. We are all very glad to see that our Empress is doing well and is in fine health. All hail Empress Gail.
There you go. Your public loves you.
Yeah, I have a lot of empathy, and I use my intuitive abilities to size up where my former enemies are coming from, and then I try to build a bridge to reach them. If I sense that somebody is starting to realize they're on the wrong path, okay, and they're feeling bad about it, and I'm able to reach them, I'll try. Yeah, and I've been really good about doing it too. I've been able to reach a lot of people for that reason. And Brent helps me because he's a very empathetic person too. In fact, he was the one, I think, that played a significant role in us reaching Laurie McBride. Because what had happened was I had posted I made a page at my website where there was this really fat, ugly person. And I posted the song, You're So Ugly. I don't know if you're familiar with that song. You're so ugly.
Was it Sarah Avery, the very fat person?
No, this was actually just a regular run-of-the-mill person.
Oh,
but
okay.
Laurie McBride at that time was the Antichrist, and she was the Jesuit leader. And she was, I guess she was saying that she was taunting Satan, who was and saying Jesus is better than you because he's able to beat up people and you can all this sort of stuff. And she was and then I was thinking, this is ridiculous. Why is she playing this game? And I said to Jesus, she's really ugly right now. So I posted a web post that kind of was like how I thought Jesus saw her, which is really ugly. At that time, and then it had the song, You're So Ugly. And there was this, and I thought to Jesus, she's probably like this overweight woman. I had a picture in there of about a 600-pound woman, okay, and who had really filthy, disgusting habits, kind of like your typical Lizzo Jesuit, unfortunately. And I was saying, this is how Jesus sees her. And what was really ironic is right about that time, she started having a 24/7 nightmare of that image in her mind. I'm assuming some deity was doing this to her. And she couldn't get it out of her head. And she was going, I was thinking, Brent, I actually feel sorry for her. She's having nightmares about this page that I created. And she's always prided herself on being so hot, hot sexually the other way. And now she's realizing that this deity that she thinks she can land, okay, she was having regular sex with Satan at the time. Satan, actually, I will admit, he's got an Adonis form where he looks pretty hot.
But he has like lava semen, right?
Yeah, but I hate to say this, but I don't think most Jesuits care. They are so sex addicted, I don't think they care. I would care. To me, it was like, oh, gross,
Yeah.
But to somebody who's sex addicted, they don't care. In fact, they might even like it. They might think, oh, wow, this is what they're. So I was thinking, Jesus probably sees her as really ugly, and I thought, and she's this visual of how he sees her was playing with that song, You're So Ugly, playing over and over in her mind, thinking she's going to go insane, Brent. I'm worried about her. And I thought it was really strange that I was worried about her. But I was thinking, wow, like I said, I've got a lot of empathy. And then Brent said, yeah, you know what? He said, I think deep down in her core, she's actually a good person. And she never had a proper parent. she was raised by the Jesuits because she's a clone. So she was created in a cloning lab. And she never had a proper parent, never had any good role models. So she just went this way, kind of like the law of least resistance, And she ended up, she figures this is the best she can do. And now she's being tormented because she's having to face the fact that to this very important supreme deity, she's extremely ugly. And the only way she could make herself feel good about herself was she had to convince herself that she was hot. Okay.
Yeah, and I think this whole thing speaks a lot to Brent's character too, because I've seen the movie. Didn't Laurie McBride violently rape Brent Spiner multiple times? You
better believe it. And not only that, she broke into his house and forced him to live with her. She was smoking so bad, she put brain control drugs in the cigarette smoke, and she was chain smoking. She was chain smoking from her vagina, okay? Stuffing a whole pack of cigarettes in her vagina while she was living in his house, forcing Brent to smell all the smoke filled with brain control drugs. Basically, I think he just locked himself in his bedroom and bolted his door every night. That's how he and her lived together. So yeah, that was the situation. And and she basically maintained her relationship with him by using death threats on me. It's like, you don't do what I want, I'm going to kill Gail. Her car's going to explode or whatever,
Yeah. And I remember around that time, Laurie was trying to be like, well, I'm Brent Spiner's wife. But if you went to Google and typed in Brent Spiner's wife, your picture would come up instead.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember.
I thought her picture came up. maybe they were tagging with my Google, huh?
Maybe. I had a question. Because you always talk about the Gail commandments. What was your life like before the Gail commandments, and what changes did you notice right away?
Before the Gail commandments, I had a lot of obsessions. Okay, I lived in this kind of fear scarcity mindset where I felt like I had to hoard stuff, or I had to go on special diets in order to stay healthy, which are all obsessions, okay?
Yeah.
And they weren't good for me. So basically, the Gail commandments are really good at helping you get out of obsessions based on fear, like a fear scarcity mindset, which isn't good for you.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good for you spiritually or for your physical health or anything else, They're designed to help you live a balanced, healthy life.
That makes sense to me. And the first one is take Seroquel, right? That's number one, correct?
Yeah, if it's been prescribed for you by your doctor, then take it. If it hasn't been, then it wouldn't apply to you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how that commandment works.
I see. Okay. Huh. It's good to know, because there was an upgrade too, isn't it? Gail Commandments 2.0 now?
Yeah, that one, I used to think that one wasn't as important as the first one, but I was wrong. It's just as important as the first set of Gail commandments.
Okay.
Yeah, my Gail shield got really weak because I was super violating the one about hoarding. Yeah.
So yeah, you've kind of decluttered. I noticed a few of your recent videos. You kind of cleaned out your closet and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, my place looks great now. It looks like a showcase apartment. Right now I was real busy, because I had to get ready for you guys, but I do try to stay on top of the Gail commandments, like wash the dishes right away when I'm done. And here's my breakfast.
Looks delicious. Yeah, she was telling me about that before we went live. You can tell what's in it again?
I have this just about every morning. I've got sliced strawberries, blueberries, clementine orange wedges, but I usually use just like navel orange wedges, oatmeal, probiotic yogurt, and some walnuts in it. I love my little walnut. I sprinkle it with walnuts. And then little bits of, I like the dark cacao chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
I get it at Kroger. They've got really nice dark cacao chocolate.
Yeah.
And I break that up in little pieces and sprinkle it around. So that's my breakfast. And then I have kefir. I love my kefir. Yeah, Brent told me to go on kefir a couple years ago because I was having some gastrointestinal issues, like a little bit of diarrhea stuff.
Yeah.
And he said kefir should help balance your microbial environment down in your guts. And it seems to have helped. Yeah. So that's what I have. I have it just about every day.
I drink kombucha for about the same reason for gut.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like fermented. It's kind of vinegary tasting, but they sweeten it with flavor, like fruit flavors and stuff. It's pretty good. I gave up soda forever ago, and I don't usually.
Oh, that's good. Soda's usually not good for you.
No.
Kombucha sounds a lot better.
Yeah, it is. It's lower in calories.
I don't even like the taste of soda anyway.
Yeah, on the rare occasion I drink soda, it's too sweet for me now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I think you can train your tongue to start liking junk food. And after a while, when you eat healthy all the time, you can actually train yourself to enjoy healthier food more. Like I was raised on the Japanese cuisine, which is pretty healthy.
I do like it.
Yeah, and I just actually do not care for most junk food. Now, Brett always jokes with me, he says, "You eat so healthy."
And he would know. Yeah.
He says, "You eat like a rich person now."
I do like There's a lot of really good Japanese food in the Seattle area. Oh
yes.
I love
used
it.
To live in town. That's see, if you live on the West Coast, basically Seattle, California, that's Asian food paradise.
It is for North America. It is the best place to get Asian food in North America for sure. Yeah, I had never had shabu shabu before I moved out here, and
oh wow, you can yeah, they don't have that around here. I've been to some of the Asian restaurants around here. I haven't seen shabu shabu anywhere, and they add a little bit of Southern flair to the Asian food here, which I don't like, by the way. Southerners like everything really spicy.
Yeah.
And I actually prefer more of the authentic Japanese cuisine, but it's okay. At least they do have some fairly good sushi bistros around here.
That sounds good. Now, I remember when your camera was working and you were going out and you were filming. It seems like you're in a nice neighborhood. You got a nice park nearby and everything. I saw you walking through the park in some of your videos. It looked nice.
I'm kind of centrally located so that I'm able to get easy access to a lot of nice places. That is until they started messing with my bus service, which is really insane.
Yeah.
I mean, what they're doing is not even logical.
So you were on the local news because of this. So what exactly did they do, and why do you think it happened?
Well, their routes defy common sense, especially if you're an everyday bus rider and you like to shop. It's for food and stuff. Like all of the Walmarts are not with it. It used to be the bus service actually almost catered to the Walmarts because Walmart's a very popular stop for low-income people, understandably, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and a lot of low-income people ride the bus. And it used to be like you'd get on the bus, you'd go straight to Walmart, and just about every Walmart had a stop right by it. You could get off right there at the Walmart. Then when you were done, you could get back on that stop and then go home, right?
Yeah.
Now they're arranging the stops so that you no longer stop directly at Walmart. Now some of the stops are like, in my area, it's like, I described it really well. It's like you got to go either north or south of the Walmart, walk about 10 minutes in areas without sidewalks, okay? Or the stop that you're forced to use has loose dogs, like pit bulls, not on a leash, in the yard.
Oh, no.
I mean, yeah, and it's like, it seems like it's deliberate. It's like Lizzo set the whole thing up. She goes, "Oh, she likes to shop at this Walmart." And I thought I had it bad, but I figured out the people that live in South Huntsville have it worse than me if they like to shop at Walmart. There are only 2 routes that go to Walmart from South Huntsville, routes 5 and 6, okay? The Walmart that they usually like to shop at is called I call it the L&N Walmart. It's off of Memorial Parkway, next to L&N Drive. It's a very nice Walmart, and I have met some bus riders that shop there. Well, this is what's crazy, okay? Routes 5 and 6 now, instead of stopping at that Walmart, they go right past it. They no longer stop there from the south. And then, so that means if you want to go to that Walmart now and you live in South Huntsville, you got to travel past the Walmart because they won't stop there going north, get off at the transfer center maybe about 15 or 10 minutes north of the Walmart. And then at the transfer center, catch the same bus again and go south on the trip south they'll stop, but on the trip north they won't stop.
So you have to go 10 to 15 minutes past the Walmart and then turn around and come back. They added 10 to 15 minutes to the trip.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
wow.
Actually, it's more like a half an hour when you consider you got to go about 10 minutes north and 10 minutes south. Now, I have one Walmart here. They're thinking of cutting out Route 9, okay? Route 9 for me, it's like the same thing as what the people in the south have to do. Right now, I can go there directly. It's actually going to the west of me. So I go west, get off right at the Walmart, catch it, and then go east to go home. With the new route, if I wanted to go to that Walmart, I would have to go east to the transfer center, catch Route 9 there, then go west about another 10 minutes. So here I am, I'm going this way and then this way. Then I have to walk 10 minutes south to get it. And then if I want to go home, I got to go north. Then I got to go east, west, catch about 3 or 4 different buses, you know. I mean, this is what's
so has your local transit authority made a statement as to why they made these changes?
Yes. They say it's more streamlined and that it benefits the most people, that they can't accommodate everybody. So I guess if you live closer to the center or if you live in South Huntsville, you are considered basically, it's just like, you know. And yeah, but what's really interesting, okay, is they're going to accommodate people that live on the fringes, which is like the suburbs, okay? Yeah. The people, if you live in like the poorer communities, and which you would think being centrally located to the main bus terminal, things would be better for you, but no.
Usually that's the way it is. When you live in the city center, usually the transit is better.
Yeah, but no, they've set it up so they're catering to the people in the suburbs. That is, unless you live in South Huntsville, that suburb doesn't count, okay? So I'm starting to catch some inconsistencies here, and I do believe this is deliberate.
And you think Lizzo is behind it?
Mm-hmm, yeah, I think so. Let me tell you why I think Lizzo is behind it. This is what I find very interesting. Okay. At first, I was really, really excited because they're going to start a Route 100, okay? That's going to go out to the Huntsville International Airport. I thought, oh, how cool. I'll be able to ride the bus and go. And so it leaves in the morning and it comes back in the afternoon. And that kind of makes sense because it's going to be a longer trip. Maybe it could go maybe an hour and a half one way. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right. I didn't, but then I thought I actually went and studied the route. The route, I thought, well, is it going to stop off at the zoo? That's kind of along the way. Nope, it isn't going to be stopping off at the zoo, okay? It's going directly to the airport. And then guess where? It is going to stop off somewhere. It's going to go north and turn around and pick up all the people who work at Amazon.
Oh.
Ooh, Amazon gets special privileges. Guess who took over Amazon?
The Jesuits?
The Lizzo.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So
you know what happened? Yeah, Brent, I had to get my income tax form. I think they call it the 1099 for Amazon. To make sure that I continue to get my housing here, my housing benefits. Mm-hmm. And he was not able to download it from Amazon. For some odd reason, there was a problem. So he made a personal visit to Amazon to get it. And he got attacked. They were having a big party, okay, at Amazon. He got attacked by a bunch of Lizzo Jesuits, and they all decided they wanted to have fun with him. And he barely got out of there alive. And he said, it's pretty obvious that Lizzo has taken over Amazon. he did manage to download the finally after being bamboozled, he did manage to get the paperwork that I needed. But yeah, Lizzo's taken over Amazon.
So did he have to go to the Amazon headquarters in Seattle for that?
I think it was Seattle.
Yeah. They have the big spheres. We jokingly call them the Bezos balls here because they're these giant spheres. Have you ever seen them before? I don't know if they existed when you lived out here. I'll show you a picture of them in a second here.
Now Bezos, he actually went to my high school.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and he was one of my biggest fans. So it appears like I'm not sure he's the reason this has happened. In fact,
Probably
it might be
not.
because he's no longer the Amazon CEO.
He's not. You're right. Yeah, he quit or he resigned and passed the torch. But yeah, these are the. Let me show you a bigger. There they are. They call them it's a big indoor garden. Basically, they have a lot of exotic plants in there. It's an interesting place. It's closed to the public.
That's what Amazon looks like right now?
This is so that right there is right in front of the main office buildings, which are right behind it that you can see here. Those are the main Amazon buildings now.
Oh, huge.
Yeah, it's huge here. If I can order something on Amazon and have it delivered within a few hours sometimes, depending on what it is. It's pretty crazy. I did want to talk about the Lizzo thing because you've been talking about Lizzo for quite a while and how she, most people for a while, Lizzo had a perfect public image for most people, if they believe the fake news. But then even the fake news turned on Lizzo and was like, she forced people to eat bananas out of people's vaginas. Did you hear about that?
Yes, I did.
So
she's suffering a bunch of lawsuits right now, and she's trying to get them dismissed.
Yeah, so I guess that kind of helps you feel vindicated in a way because you've been warning people about Lizzo forever.
Yeah, I hope those lawsuits don't get dismissed. She deserves them.
Yeah. So how did she rise to prominence to, the evil Jesuit? She's kind of, is she the Antichrist at this point or?
Yep, she's the Antichrist.
Okay. How did that happen?
She apparently struck a deal with Satan. I have my own theories on it. It's kind of a mystery about why she decided to team up with Satan, but I personally think she suffers from borderline personality disorder in combination with being a narcissist and a sociopath or psychopath.
She definitely struck a deal with Disney at some point because she was in one of the Star Wars shows on the.
Yeah, I agree with you. Disney's gone down the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're no good.
So what are the ways, just on a day-to-day basis that you notice Lizzo is targeting you?
Oh man, it's crazy, man. As soon as I go out the door, all the Lizzo Jesuits jump on me. It's like they're timed with precision timing. And like I'll go out for a walk and these total strangers that I've never seen before will drive by in their car and say, "Do you need a lift?" And I said, "No, thank you. Please go." Because these really ugly, gross, disgusting people asked me if I want a lift by them. I said, "No, I don't want a lift. Please go away." Yeah. Yeah, Brent Spiner usually deals with them too after that.
Yeah. That's good that so Brent is always watching your men, they're always kind of watching your back, for sure. Mm-hmm. What else was
there's a ton of Lizzo Jesuits smoke at the bus transfer center. There are some really nice people that smoke, okay? I understand that. But why do they have to smoke in the center platform, blow their smoke all over my face? Can't they go to the perimeters? Do they have to be right there in the middle of the platform?
I agree. Yeah, they shouldn't force other people to breathe in their smoke. I agree with you there.
Oh, they're doing it. A year ago, when I went to the platform, at least most of them, if they smoked, they tried to go far away, like out on the perimeter. And even some of the bus drivers smoked. And these were nice bus drivers. and they would smoke, but it was kind of like in the perimeter. All right. I don't know why they're all smoking now in the main platform. I think they're just trying to make my bus trips unpleasant. That's what I think they're trying to do. And it's possible that some of the smoke might have mites in it too. So I don't know.
Yeah, I do hear you talking about the mites from time to time. What's the source of the mites?
They're a genetically engineered, I guess you'd call it arachnid. And yeah, Lizzo's making them in her laboratories. She puts them in the bombs and chemtrails that she drops or whatever she does over your head, okay? So you're forced to breathe them in that way. If that isn't bad enough, I do believe she's also putting them in some cigarette smoke too. Yeah, so she's a fanatic. She is an obsessive compulsive fanatic, and she is obsessed with me. It seems like everywhere I go, I bump into her smokers, her agents. We did have bed bugs here in this apartment complex, which are, you heard about that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bed bugs are absolutely terrible too. They can ravage through an entire building. Your neighbors could bring in.
I'm not talking about normal bed bugs. I'm talking about human bed bugs.
No, tell me all about this. I'm not familiar with this at all.
Oh, this was interesting. Yeah. My next door neighbor, Brett, I was complaining because I don't like secondhand smoke. I'm just, I like to breathe fresh, clean air, okay? And I was smelling an awful lot of it. And so Brett decided to investigate my neighbor. So he used his Gail suit to kind of like, I guess, transport into the neighbors. And what he saw there was unbelievable. He saw the whole room was just saturated with cigarette smoke. He said it was so bad his Gail suit set off an alarm saying, "Warning, warning, you're not safe to breathe."
Oh no.
And then there were bed bugs crawling everywhere. Ugh. The kitchen sink was a filthy, disgusting mess with food. The refrigerator, he checked it, had like mold and stuff growing all over the place, food easing out of the containers. He said he actually decided to pull up the mattress just to see what it looked like. So he pulled up the mattress, and a tidal wave of bed bugs came out and landed.
Gross.
He got sick to his stomach, and he started puking inside of his Gail
Oh, no.
And he said that at that point, the bedbug human noticed that there's somebody in my apartment. And Brad said, "Oh, I better get out of here." So he transported back into my apartment, and he came and landed in my bathroom and just started throwing up and throwing up.
That's pretty funny.
Man. Yeah, man. We don't completely get it. But once I started obeying that second group of Gail commandments and I got rid of a lot of junk, the bedbug problem just disappeared.
That's very good.
I don't understand how they got here. But it was he said he looked at the guy who was smoking and he said it wasn't a human, it was a bedbug the size of a human, a big, fat, obese bedbug. And in between his plates, little baby bedbugs were coming out.
Oh my God. Whoa. Yeah.
And all over the floor. And I said, "How did that apartment pass inspection?" They says, "We don't know." And apparently they existed in some other dimension, like when Baphomet broke in here and ejaculated all over my apartment. I didn't see it, but apparently it was in another dimension.
It was interdimensional ejaculate. That's mind-blowing to me, just to think of that.
Yeah, because actually, we live in one. I don't know how much you know about physics, but we live in one dimension, and we cannot see all the dimensions around us. Baphomet, that disgusting goat. Okay, I call him the disgusting goat. I always describe him as a him, but it's actually a him/her because it's got boobs and a penis.
Yeah.
I know. But to me, it's like a him because its penis does a lot of damage. I don't appreciate it ejaculating all over my apartment. I mean, I try to keep a clean place, It has ejaculated, I think, around my toilet, around my sink area, and it comes in here and it's gross.
Yeah, it sounds gross.
The Baphomet almost killed Brent Spiner about a month ago.
How did that work? How did they try to kill Brent Spiner?
I was actually having a Discord hangout, okay? And I was conversing with Rule 13 and discussing how that maybe we better be careful. I had just ordered something online, which I realized Baphomet had manipulated me into doing. Whenever I fall prey to any of his suggestions in my mind, it gives him power so that he's able to enter my apartment. And apparently, because what he did is he caused problems with my printer, okay? So that I felt like the printer that I took the bus out to go to Office Depot to go get, within 2 days, it was saying it was out of ink. I thought, what's wrong with this thing? So I thought, okay, I guess the only place where I can get good printer cartridges is where I used to get them, which is online. So I ordered online, even though Jesus had told me 2 years ago, do not order online. So already I was probably in dangerous territory. So I ordered online from a company called ink.com. Yeah, ink.com. And I thought, okay, I should be able to print. I like being able to print. I'm
Me too.
Lazy. Okay, so I thought, okay, this will solve my problem. Well, so we talked about it in Hangout, and I was telling Rule 13 that that we probably need to be careful about getting duplicate items, because that it is maybe some of the duplicates enable the Lizzo Jesuits to increase their brain control and stuff on us. As soon as I said that, Baphomet showed up behind me. They could see him in the camera.
Oh,
it was like he was. And then Brent, and I had told her that I had just ordered the printer cartridge from the ink.com. Apparently, just saying that gave him the power. And because that was his idea, he put that idea in my head to do that. So that gave him the power to show up in my apartment. In fact, you don't see him behind me, do you?
No. No.
I think I'm doing Gail commandments well enough that he's not able to come in here right now. So and then Brent started trying to get rid of him. And then Baphomet ejaculated into Brent's Metcha Gail suit, and it just eviscerated. He started attacking Brent and started butt raping him. And then it got to the point, man, where Brent was down on the ground, he was unconscious, and blood was all over the carpet in my apartment. And Zach Knight was saying, Gail, start getting rid of stuff in your apartment. Just come on, let's de-hoard. Let's see if we can get Baphomet. He said, your Gail shield has gone down to 3%. As soon as Baphomet showed down, your Gail shield went down to 3%. We got to get it back up. Once we can get the Gail shield up higher, then we can kick Baphomet out and rescue Brent. He said, but right now it's too dangerous. He said, so I went into the bathroom and said, okay, let's get rid of this. I think I'm hoarding this. I said, is the Gail shield getting stronger? And they said, yes, but not enough yet. Go find more stuff. Finally, we got it up to about, I guess, 30% or 35%. And then Brent said we were able to transport Brent out of there, and he's okay now.
Brent has been the victim of sexual assault so many times. It's terrible.
Yes. It is terrible. And I almost lost him. That really put a scare into me. Because of my own failings, I did not like that. No.
Yeah. I had a question about, so you and Brent have been going on a lot of dates recently. You've been making a lot of videos about that.
Oh, yes, definitely. I've been going out to restaurants left and right, but basically because when I go out and explore new places, it helps me not to give way to obsessions that empower Baphomet. Okay, yeah. And I don't want him to come back into this apartment ever again, if I can help it. Not after what he did to. So, because Brent lives with me.
What are some of the places? I think I heard about Olive Garden. Are there any other places you and Brent have gone lately?
Botanical Gardens Cafe.
Beautiful.
I went up. Another place that I like to go is the sushi restaurant called Poke something. It's in downtown.
Okay.
I've been there several times. It's got like a bistro. It's a really cool layout. They have good food, and I've gone out there several times. Yesterday, I went to a bistro in the western part of Huntsville. I took the bus to go out there called, goodness, I'm bad at these names.
It's fine.
It was in the western part, another sushi restaurant. I went to another Japanese restaurant called Aki. That's also in West Huntsville. So I've been going all over the place.
That's great.
Oh, I'm determined to keep Baphomet out. According to my men, I mean, after what happened, according to my men, me going all over the places made my Gail shield really strong, and it got rid of the bed bugs, and I think it also helps keep Baphomet out.
Yeah, you decluttering and getting out and seeing the world and enjoying life, that helps keep Baphomet out.
Oh, I don't want him. He's disgusting. He's the most.
I do have another question I was thinking about. A couple years ago, you had a fling with Jesus. Was Brent mad about that? Didn't you say you had like a relationship with Jesus?
Are you talking about Jesus being my roommate?
Oh no, I thought you had like a sexual relationship with Jesus at one point.
Oh, that was when he was my roommate.
Oh, okay.
Now, what's really interesting about that is I'm asexual leaning. I was really confused about that. Basically, when I knew he was going to be my roommate, I had no idea it meant sex, okay? Yeah. And it was actually wearing me out because I'm asexual leaning. If you want to hear something kind of funny, he is fully asexual, okay? He is a fully asexual deity, okay? And I'm asexual leaning. Can you imagine what it's like for somebody who's asexual leaning and somebody fully asexual to have sex? So you can kind of figure it out from there, and you can see why I was getting tired. I'm actually relieved he's not here anymore as my roommate.
Yeah. That's so. Was he your roommate at your current place?
Yes.
Wow. So there's not a lot of space for there's not a lot of privacy, right? For two people in an apartment, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, he used to whistle at me when I came out of the shower. Jesus, is this what a deity is supposed to be doing?
I don't think so. And what was Brent's thought on all of that? How did Brent feel about that?
Well, Brent basically lost his autonomy because he was kind of like he had his root chakra blocked. When that happens, you kind of like lose your natural instincts. So he's monogamous, okay? He's a monogamous guy, and he had his root chakra blocked by a deity that I love and respect, but he's gotten it right, okay? And no, he wasn't too happy about that.
Okay.
Once he got unblocked by Buddha, he wasn't too happy about that. Yeah, but I will say this much. In all of the good deities' favors, they've all gotten it right, okay? They've all gotten it right, and they are all totally forgiven by me and Brent and all involved. It's cool, okay? It's cool. We are cool. I'm cool with all the good deities. I have no problem with any of them, okay?
Yeah, you used to mention Lakshmi a lot.
Yeah, she's a great deity. I love Lakshmi. Yeah.
So how would you define all of your spirituality, like to someone who just met you and you wanted to describe it?
It's kind of like a blend between what Buddha has taught me and what Jesus has taught me,
okay,
and what I've learned from Brent Spiner. Yeah, it's kind of like I'm definitely going in a Buddhist direction, but not Buddhism like you would define it with traditional Buddhists, okay? Because the God Buddha does not want me to follow any particular religion. He wants me to follow his advice specifically.
Okay.
Yeah, because he said they've all apparently been tarnished with inaccuracies. Yeah. It seems to me like the best thing to do if you want to follow me is do the Gail commandments and try to focus on not giving way to obsessions. Like enjoy your life, be thankful, and don't give into a fear scarcity mindset about anything. Because that's where Satan gets you. Satan thrives on fear and doubt. So when either of those emotions are motivating your decisions, you're going into dangerous spiritual territory. Whereas Buddha, who Jesus has assigned to kind of like be the God in his place, because he's no longer appearing with us, emphasizes living a life of joy, thankfulness, and living in the moment, and not giving way to fear, anxiety, and getting crunched up with those emotions where it affects your decision making and you start getting obsessive. Yeah. And I basically, if the universe was designed with love, okay? And when we start feeding the negative emotions like fear, anxiety, and making decisions based on those emotions, we are feeding the evil forces of the universe, and we are feeding. So I guess my spirituality could be summed up as there are two forces running the universe. There are the good forces and the evil forces. And when you feed the evil forces, you are strengthening Satan and his allies, who are currently people like Antichrist, Lizzo, and Baphomet. And the gods have Conan and all them.
Is Satan the highest of the evil forces, or are there some beings above Satan?
Satan is the current leader of the evil forces.
Can Satan be turned like Zach Knight and Laurie McBride were?
Yes, he can.
Okay.
In fact, Buddha is hinting that it might happen.
Wow.
I got to admit, it seems rather impossible right now, but yeah, but it might. It could happen.
Yeah, that would be. I didn't imagine Laurie McBride or Zach Knight would turn, so that was a surprise.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not sure what it would take for Satan to get right, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. not judging by what I'm seeing.
So you're also an author, and you go by Gabrielle Chana. That's your pseudonym, correct?
That's correct.
And so what book would you recommend as a starter for the entire library, the entire bibliography?
I would actually probably The Forbidden Abyss Part 1, or The Forbidden Abyss, Vladimir Putin and Brett Spiner. However, now that my Gail series is going out, I would recommend that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I started with Silver Skies.
Silver Skies, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, the really good version of it has never been published.
Oh.
Unless, and that was what I wrote in the 1990s before I messed it up. Yeah, I do best with my first drafts usually. And then I start getting a little hypercritical of my writing, and then I go in there and mess it up. So, yeah, the first draft, I believe, is the one that Steven Spielberg made the movie off of with Matthew McConaughey.
I see. Yeah, and the Jesuits suppressed that movie, so not many people have actually seen it, correct? Is that?
That is correct,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned Vladimir Putin earlier. What does the news get, like the mainstream news, what do they get wrong about Putin?
He is a very nice person.
Okay.
Okay? He is not a dictator. He is not a controlling person. He actually has a sensitive, deeply caring side. I got to admit, he can be pretty badass, okay? He definitely has like a black belt in karate and all that stuff. But he has a deep, sensitive side.
Okay.
Yeah. I got to know him that way through brain-to-brain loving and communications. And he has a soft heart. I mean, he can be badass. I'm not going to say he can't be, okay? Like, you don't want to get on his bad side. But if he respects you and he thinks you're a decent human being, he'll treat you right. Yeah, he's not. Yeah,
Okay.
he's a good person.
Okay. All right. Really quick, I want to remind everyone that's watching right now, please like the stream, and if you have any questions for Gail, I will ask them. You just have to send it in the form of a Streamlabs. Also, please check out the description below the video to go to Gail's Patreon. She does extra content for everyone on her Patreon regularly, so you should check that out.
Now, I'm looking at the screen and I'm just seeing a picture of you and me. Is that what I'm supposed to be seeing?
Yeah. That's what the people on YouTube are seeing right now.
Okay, so they're not seeing like a chat to the side and everything.
Oh no, there is a chat. And I'm
not seeing that.
Let me see here. I'm sharing my screen with you. Do you see like you don't see the chat in the middle or anything?
No.
Let me try to.
Maybe I'm not supposed to see it.
No. You people who join us normally see. Do you see you see us in two boxes?
Yes.
Okay, and do you see
and
the chat?
I see DP in a box in the middle.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So you're seeing the right thing.
Peasants keep flipping Drunken Peasants
Yep.
on either side of that box in the middle.
And then in the center, right there, there's
I see the chat now.
Yeah, that's
it's just not very big.
Yeah, that's our Discord chat. And then there is a YouTube chat for the people watching.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I don't have to see it necessarily. I mean, it doesn't matter. So.
Yeah.
I want to rewatch this,
Yeah. I had a whole bunch of questions here. Okay. So besides Brent, do you have like a top 4 men, like a top 4 list of your men that serve you, like your marriage list men?
What do you mean by serve me?
Or like the your men, that work on Church of Gail for you, like Matthew McConaughey.
The ones that I interact with the most.
Well, your favorites. Do you have favorites or no? You don't pick favorites except for Brent.
I don't really know if I'd want to say favorites.
Okay.
Brent is obviously my favorite. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
I would say that the ones that I interact with the most, well, Zach Knight interacts with me a lot.
Okay.
But I don't know if I'd want to say favorites.
I wasn't prepared for this amount of Gail sweetness at this time. Greetings from Europe.
Thank you for watching.
Hi. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'll just say this, that of all my men, the ones that I've interacted with the most, so I don't know if I'll call them all my favorites, have been Zach Knight, Vladimir Putin, and mostly, yeah. Vladimir Putin has kind of goes more into the background now. I'm not sure if that's just to respect Brent or whatever. But it's mostly been Zach Knight. Zach Knight's on my Skype, and he's always communicating with me. He's been very helpful.
Because I used to hear about Matthew McConaughey all the time. I used to hear about Gerard Butler.
They're all super cool. They're great. I'm not sure why, but Matthew and Gerard have kind of gone more in the background now. I think they support me. Maybe they just want to give more space to Zach and Brent. Maybe
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Someone sent me this really old video, and I don't know if you've ever seen it. You probably have. But I wanted to show it to you. Let me see. Where do I have it here? All right. This is from 1972. Okay. This is from an old game show, I believe.
Really?
It's called To Tell the Truth. I don't know if you remember this.
Oh, I think Brent was on this.
Yes, actually. I was going to show you when Brent was on it. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Oh, hold on. There he is in the middle. Yeah, he's probably, like, I don't know how old he is now. Is he like 70 or something?
It gets heavy.
He's in his 70s.
And the
He was
mood
born
is
in
light.
49.
I
Okay.
serenade my passengers with spirited.
Okay, I didn't know if you. Yeah, right there. So this is not his clone, because there was no clone in the 70s, right?
That looks like him.
Okay, because I went to a Star Trek convention. I thought I met Brent Spiner, but
that clone's been going to all the Star Trek conventions lately.
Are all of the TNG actors clones that I would meet in person, or some of them, or like is LeVar Burton? Is that the real LeVar Burton that I met?
You probably met his clone.
Okay.
It depends. Anything I would say after about 2017 is probably clones at the conventions.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They stopped. I think the real Brent Spiner, LeVar, Marina, and all them were doing conventions in 2012, I think 2013, 14, 15. Starting around 2016 forward, the clones have pretty much taken over the authentic people at the conventions.
Okay. Yeah, I went, it was actually, strangely enough, 2015, I went to the convention in Las Vegas, and they were almost every Star Trek actor that was alive at that point was at this convention, and I saw even
a clone. It could have been Brent. It was kind of iffy. It was like 50-50 from 2012 to 2015.
He was eating a tuna fish sandwich. Brent, I saw him eating a tuna fish sandwich, like taking a break. He was signing autographs, but he sat down and was eating a sandwich, and I took a picture of him. I don't have it anymore. But
has Brent commented about that?
Sorry?
Has Brent told you whether that was him or not?
I haven't spoken to Brent. I've spoken to Zach. I've never actually spoken to Brent.
Oh, Zach would know.
Yeah. I spoke to the person I met at the convention, just like, hello, Brent. But I don't know if I've never. I can't tell the difference. So
there'd be an easy way to tell the difference. Okay. Ask them what they think of Gail Schuler.
The Brent Spiner Twitter account that he blocked me because I tagged both of you in the same tweet once.
Oh yeah, he would.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Nathaniel who actually made a 2012 video that was mocking me, and he came over to my side because he concluded that I wasn't that bad after all.
Yeah.
I wasn't as crazy as some people said. And because he came over to my side, he got blocked at Twitter too.
Oh my God.
And he lives in Vancouver.
Oh, okay. Yeah, was that the person who went and asked Brent Spiner's clone about you at the convention?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
He's been blocked at Brent's Twitter right now. Yeah, Brent's pretty much given up on a lot of his social media sites. I'm pretty sure the Brent Spiner clone has taken over Brent's Facebook too.
Oh. We did a review of that book that I'm guessing was written by Brent Spiner's clone. That is, I guess it's loosely based on interactions with you, according to. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's called fan fiction.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
That's it. Yeah, I heard about that. That book. Definitely, the clone wrote that. It appears it was an attempt to make him appear legit because he knows all these things about Brent Spiner's past that only the real Brent could know. Yeah, but the clones they download all the memories of the real Brent.
Yeah, because they were claiming Brent's clone was claiming someone sent him a pig heart in the mail in that book. All kinds.
And the reason he's getting away with this is he's claiming this is comedy, but it's like he's giving you these thinly veiled hints that this could be based on reality, you know. And of course, the one who sent him the pig heart, he's probably going to insinuate was me, you know.
It sounded that way. I don't know if you've actually read the book. I listened to the audio version of it. And
I kind of skimmed through portions of it, and he's trying to make me out to be that crazy fan that he had a problem with in the early 1990s, because I did write a Star Trek teleplay named LOL. Okay.
aha.
You see what I'm talking
Yes,
about?
that's one of the stalkers in
That
the.
was actually very good, and it got rejected by the Star Trek writers. I mean, Brandon Braga is a Jesuit, so what can you expect, right? So
Yeah.
it got rejected, and Brent had to retrieve it from the real Brent had to retrieve it from the garbage can because the writers threw it in the garbage can. Yeah, they rejected it, and it was actually pretty good. In fact, I would say, in my opinion, the teleplay that I wrote was probably better than 50% of the Star Trek episodes that were airing at the time.
I would like to. Is it? Do you still have it?
Oh, of course. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's yeah, I still have it.
Okay, I'd like to read that. I think that'd be interesting.
I read it one time for a Patreon hangout. Oh, you want me to read it now?
I mean, you can. Well, if you want to, sure.
How long is this thing supposed to last?
Well, I usually go for about 2 hours or so, and we're about 1 hour in.
You were about 1 hour, so you got 2 hours to go?
I mean, we could, or you could just give us like a preview of it. I don't know how long it is. I guess it's an entire 30-minute episode.
1 hour episode.
Oh wow, yeah. We probably shouldn't read the whole thing, but you can give us a taste of it if you want.
Let me see if I can find it. I think.
Okay.
Let me see. I think I've got it over here. Let's see. I read it one time for my hangout, and my Patreons loved it. They all clapped when it was over.
That sounds amazing.
I worked really hard on it. I was a brand new writer, and the screenplay format took some getting used to because I wasn't trained that way.
I can imagine, yeah, because your books are not written in that format.
No. I when they rejected my teleplay, I gave up on Hollywood. I figured, it won't matter if I write a masterpiece; they'll never accept anything I write.
Yeah. Your most of your books are first person. Right?
Not the Gail series. That's been in third person.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it here. I know where I can get it. Okay, it'll be in this one. Yeah, I actually kind of read it like a dramatic reading. Here it is. It's going to be right here. Oh, I can give you a. Let me see.
Also, I wanted to put out there that a lot of Gail's books are also available as audiobooks out there that she actually reads.
Yeah, let me see. Open with Clementine. And let me see if I can get this to I kind of like made an audio of Act 1.
Oh, yeah?
Let me see. Yeah, let me see if I can get it to go here. Let's see. Clementine paused. Oh, somebody doesn't want me to play this.
Probably Lizzo.
Yeah. Now I can't hear it. Hey, what's going on here, man?
It's malware. It's Jesuit malware.
It's like there's no sound. This is crazy. I'm going to try something here. Hold on, let me try this again. Let's try opening with Clementine again. Yeah, she's blocking sound on this. She doesn't want people to hear this. She wants everyone to listen to her sorry Disney productions instead.
Yeah, Disney fell off.
Basically, since the Jesuits have taken over Hollywood, it's really gone downhill, man.
Yeah.
It's like nothing is good. The writing's terrible. As a writer, I can tell you the worst part of Hollywood is the writing. There's nothing worth ruminating over with their latest productions. It's all like a big propaganda spiel. That's what Hollywood's turned into.
I think you're right with that one. Is there anything you watch, like any type of, do you ever catch a movie or do you watch any TV series or anything like that?
Nope, they all suck.
All right. I kind of feel the same way. I don't consume a lot of stuff.
Wow, I can't get the sound. Let me see if I can get it on something else.
Okay.
But it might be because we're connected. That might be
It could have something to do with it.
Yeah, it might be because we're connected. Let me try something else.
You do read very well, so if you want to read, a couple pages.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. It might be over here. Yeah, I think it's because of... No, not there. Oh, where did I put it? I think I remember it being in downloads. Yeah, I do read well. You're right.
Yeah. That's one thing I noticed, because a lot of in a lot of your videos, you're reading like an email that one of your men sent you.
Yeah, I'm a good actor. I'm pretty good at that. Oh goodness, let me see. I gotta find it though. It's okay. It's probably over here in documents. Download. Let's try downloads.
All right.
If I can find it. Yeah. When everybody listened to it, they all clapped when I read it. If I can just find it. Oh, let me see. I think it's going to be in here.
Yeah, I have so many file folders that need better organized.
Yeah, I actually have a backup folder where I could find it, but I'd have to go connect it. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, it's probably, I might need to connect my backup folder.
It's not a problem if it's too much trouble for you.
It would be fun to read that, though. I think you all would enjoy it if I could find it.
I think we would.
I can find it. Yeah, I worked really hard on it, and it'll really show how biased they were at Star Trek that they rejected the thing.
Yeah, why?
Actually,
it's
the excuse they gave me is we do not want to air sequels to previously aired episodes. Yeah, so they created their own sequels, which I thought were...
Yeah.
They destroyed the Data character, too. Yeah, I didn't like it. I could definitely tell they were trying to rewrite the Data character to make Brent Spiner seem less attractive to me. I could tell.
Did you see how everything looked in Star Trek Picard?
Oh, I don't waste my time with Star Trek Picard. Yeah, I heard about it, but the one who's been doing all the acting there is the Brent Spiner clone, by the way.
Yeah.
Brent has informed me of that. He has nothing to do with that. He's pretty much given up on recent Hollywood. Goodness. You know what? Let me get my my backup.
Sure.
Backup.
Sure.
It's going to be. I have a backup, and it's going to be easier to find out.
Sure, I'll wait here for you. Everyone, please like the stream if you haven't already, and feel free to send Gail some messages. Tell her how much you love having the Empress here with us.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a pretty good voice actor. I actually gave myself a little training along that line. But Hollywood has definitely gone downhill in their obsession to make me appear like the crazy lady, basically.
I remember there used to be crazygail.com.
Oh, yeah. You know, they got to make it appear like the real Brent Spiner does not have a relationship with me, and that I'm this crazy lady who lives a fantasy life I have a lot of holes that need to be filled. That's exactly how they put it. Yeah, I know. And it's just the problem is if you have half a brain and you've been following me, you can tell who is the baloney factory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I really liked your fried chicken recipe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was pretty popular. I'm not really a fried chicken person, but yes, that was pretty popular.
It inspired me to make my own fried chicken. I started making fried chicken after this.
I'm glad. That was a pretty good recipe, I will admit. Yeah. I got it from a black lady who's a really good cook, Yeah, I kind of got it from her website. Yeah, or YouTube channel rather. Okay, let's go ahead and get this plugged in, I think. Let's see. I got to get my back up here because I can't find that lol. And I know where it is. It's easy to find on here, I think. Let me get over here and plug this in over here. I got to go this way.
Look at that fried chicken sizzling in a cast iron pan. I have a cast iron pan too. I use it all the time.
I cook with cast iron all the time.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay, let's see here. I'm putting one of my external hard drives in here.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I got to get it hooked up. Because this one is my backup, but here it is. Let's go check and see if I can find lol on here now. Here. Oh, man. Now, where did I put it here? Maybe I need to be more organized here. Let's see, is it in OneDrive? Let's go check. Not there. Oh, here we are. Okay. Trying to see if I can find it. Where did I put
And if you can't
thing?
find it, it's not a big deal, you know.
I know, but I think it would be fun to read.
Yeah, sure.
It's in One True Media. Let me go check this out.
All right.
I hope. I wrote it a long time ago, but
What year did you write it?
1992.
1992. So early Star Trek Next Generation. Didn't it start in 87 actually? Yeah, I think Star Trek Next Generation.
You know what? I know where I can get it. However, it's the one that I have at Melody Rondeau's data entries is not as good. However, I might be able to ad lib. I have it in kind of like written form. Hold on. Drive narration. Maybe I just. You know what? No. I have a better version somewhere. Let's look at downloads. It could be in downloads. Documents. Well, now you got to be super slow, computer, don't you? Yeah. Yes, Lizzo is here. She says, no, I don't want people to see how she reads.
I hope Lizzo didn't delete your episode that you wrote.
No, I don't think she did.
Okay.
I think I'm just a disorganized disaster right now. Let me see.
It is weird because you got to find a happy medium with that because organization can also become an obsession too, you know?
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Find something here. All teleplay, Star Trek. Ooh, what's this? Open with Kindle, open with other application. Let's try. Let me see if it'll let me do Kindle. I hope I don't ruin our connection here. I'm not sure if I can connect to Kindle because that's connected to Amazon. You get it?
Yeah.
It may not work. Yeah, let's try this. In fact, it's acting rather strange right now.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe you being in the call with me might be making your computer run a little slower or something.
That could be it. No, I'm going to get out of here. Now it's not letting me. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to quit. Am I still there?
Yeah, you're still with me.
Because my computer kind of froze up on me.
Nope,
Maybe I better. I know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to get an old 1992 printed. Oh, wait a minute. I found it.
Did you find it?
Yeah. I found it.
There we go.
Oh. The Kindle actually pulled up. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Opening.
All right, I'm gonna put you full screen for a moment too, and let you read for a little while, and then we'll come back after you get a little bit.
I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Okay.
This is a while.
Okay.
But I found it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Gail gets back, she's gonna read some a part of her episode. Please like the stream, and if you have any questions or commentary, don't hesitate. It's okay to interrupt with Streamlabs. Trying to get a little closer to that goal. We're almost at 30%. So if someone wants to help me get and Empress Gail is getting a little bit of the proceeds today. I told her, I'd compensate her for her time. So yeah. All right.
I believe this is it. Opening exterior space. The Enterprise optical. The Enterprise. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Enterprise cruises in a star system with several nova stars. Picard voiceover. Captain's log. Stardate 47917.4. The Enterprise has entered the Zakumba star system. We're doing research on nova and their effect on nearby galaxies. Interior main bridge. On the bridge of the starship, Data is seated at the ops console. Picard, Riker, and Troy are seated. Worf stands at tactical. I'm having a little bit of trouble. Let me see if I can get it to go full screen here. Picard, voiceover. Nova in this system are volatile and unstable. On the main viewer, a star expands, ready to explode into a nova. Let me get over here. Flames burst from it, and it appears to expand. White, azure, and rose-colored gases flow from the star, shooting flames, forming a translucent and radiant cloud-like film in the surrounding space. Through the thinner film of gases amidst the brilliance, white stars glimmer, looking like pinpoints of light. Data punches keys at the ops console as he watches the main viewer. Data, perplexed. The star struggles. Worf, sir, the star's inner core is cooling. Picard observes the star as the flames diminish, and it appears to shrink in size. Data, a galaxy nearby depends on this star's explosion. Picard, there's life in this galaxy? Data, yes, sir. Several planets in this galaxy have adapted to solar radiation from nova stars. They will need this energy source for survival. If the star dies, the inhabitants on these planets will also die. Picard, how's this possible? Nova exists so briefly. Data, when the star explodes, the explosion's energy is captured by fusion and stored in crystalline formations. Picard, crystalline formations? Data, yes, sir. These formations become energy generators for the planets. The inhabitants need this energy for light, heat, for survival. Picard, determined. To interfere would violate the Prime Directive. The star cools, no longer visible on the main viewer. Worf, the star has died, sir. Picard motions at the main viewer. It blinks off. Data, are we right to allow this civilization to die when our technology can save them? Picard, they'll know of our existence. We cannot allow that. Data, my research on this civilization indicates a highly logical society. They adapted when their solar system lost its stability and became volatile. Picard, how much longer do they have? Data, about a year and 2 months. Picard nods his head in disapproval. Better for them not to know about us. The main view screen blinks and sputters. Data's daughter, Lal, stands, her short black hair disheveled, her left arm ripped off. Loose wires hang from her shoulder socket. With her midi-length sky blue dress torn and ragged, all stare at her in astonishment. Lal, Father, I love you. She collapses to the floor, frozen. Lore enters. His face quivers with nervous twitches. Lore to Data. Your daughter doesn't see you. I'll be a good brother to you. I'll take care of her. Riker looks at Data. The crew stares at Data and then at Lore. Data, how did you know about my daughter? Lore, Starfleet Research contacted me, a smart move, because only us androids understand each other. Data, what have you done to her? She was intact when I deactivated her. Lore, we had an accident. The main viewer cuts off. The Nova glimmer on the view screen. Picard, find out where they are. Worf, nothing comes up. Data stares blankly at the main viewer. End of teaser. Act 1. Interior engineering. The hum of engineering fills the air as workers in the background go about their business. Geordi and Data face each other, seated. Geordi, where are they? We can't pick up anything on the sensors. Data, lore eludes us, but there is a way to find Lal. Geordi, how? Data, Lal's program is in my brain, so I can receive her emotions. I just have to run the program for her emotions. Geordi, oh no, Data, you won't do that. Data, but I can locate her when I run her emotions, because her emotions are strong. Geordi, but wouldn't you experience Lal's emotions if you do this? Data, yes, and Lal's emotions did cause her to die, or at least I thought she died until Geordi. There has to be another way to find Lal. Interior ready room. At his ready room table, Picard speaks to Admiral Roberta Lansing on his view screen. Picard, why can't you reveal the location of the android Lal? Admiral Lansing, that's Admiral Haftel's jurisdiction, not mine. Picard, but you're the commander of Starfleet. Admiral Lansing, I must use proper legal channels. Lal is legally the property of Starfleet Research. Picard, thoughtful. I thought we already resolved what constitutes property with androids with Data. Do we have to go through this again? Admiral Lansing, try to convince Admiral Haftel that she belongs to Data, because Data's not considered property. You'll go through a long, drawn-out process if you can't do this. Maybe if you were more cooperative with Haftel, he'd be open to your concept that Lal is not property. Picard, I've tried cooperation with Admiral Haftel. He was not reasonable during our last conversation together. Please find a way to return Lal to Data before it's too late. Admiral Lansing, according to the law, she's property. If we could change the legal definition of property for androids, but this may require us to take Lal, Data, Lore, and Admiral Haftel to court. Picard, that takes time. Do you think Lore would even agree to come to court? Come on, Admiral Lansing. Order Haftel to turn Lal over to Data. Admiral Lansing, the law is the law. If we could change the laws, then Starfleet Research would have less power in this matter. They must all come to court. Picard, that would take time and cooperation. And time and cooperation are not what Data and Lal have. The view screen flicks off. Picard stares at it in frustration. Exterior space, the Enterprise optical. The Enterprise cruises through space beside a planet. Data, voiceover. Second officer, science log, stardate 47929.3. My daughter Lal is legally the property of Starfleet Research. Interior main bridge. Data at ops, Picard, Riker, and Troy seated. Worf stands at tactical. Data, voiceover. However, I feel it is my responsibility to ensure her safety to the best of my ability. Lore reappears on the main viewer. Lore looking disgusted. All your daughter says is, I love you, Father. Data, how did you reactivate her? Lore, Admiral Haftel, the head of Starfleet Research, a brilliant human, told me I could have Lal. I promised to help him make her fully functional. He has Dr. Soong's research on androids. Riker, Admiral Haftel contacted you? Lore, why not? Data, how does Lal feel about this? Lore, all she says is, I love you, Father. I want you to help me create a chip for her, like the one Dr. Soong inserted in me. Data, how do you know it will work for Lal? It did not work for you. Lore paces back and forth, wringing his hands. Lore, what do you mean it didn't work for me? I'm fine, brother. Troy observes Lore with interest. Picard, Lore, Data and I need to discuss this. We'll contact you later. Lore, what's there to discuss? Picard, plenty. Lore, Captain Picard, I insist you beam Data to me. Picard ignores him. Lore, either you beam Data over, or he won't be happy with what will happen to his daughter. Data, you will destroy her? Lore, you said it, not me. Data, now? Lore, if you don't believe me, then don't come. Data, looking at Picard for approval. Perhaps I should go, sir. Picard pauses. I think you'll be sorry, but go ahead. Worf, you handle the transporter room. Data and Worf leap out of their chairs to the turbo lift. Interior, sparse room. Data materializes into a silver-white room. Lore, in mahogany pants, dirty and frayed, wears a rust-colored, ribbed turtleneck draped with a mahogany tunic. Data, where is Lal? A high-energy beam emits from a small hole in a wall into Data's brain. The beam's strength swishes Data to the floor. He lands on his rear. After brief disorientation, his facial expression shows confusion. Data, you did something with the programming I received from Lal. Rising to his feet, Data dusts himself off. Lore walks to the wall. A 10-centimeter square space of wall around the hole dematerializes, disclosing a compartment. From this, Lore removes a gold scanner with a red button. Lore with determination. It's real simple. Either you do as I say, or Lal's programming disappears from your brain. Lore puts the gold scanner back into the compartment. The wall rematerializes over it, exposing the hole. Data, where is Lal? Lore points to the only doors in the room. Data walks to them and they whoosh open. Data enters. The doors swish together behind him. He tries to open the doors. Data is imprisoned. Data, keys insignia. Data to Enterprise. No reply. He keys insignia again. No reply. He walks about the room inspecting it. All he sees are bare walls and a floor, all silver white. Interior ready room. Picard, seated at his desk in contemplation, hears a chirp from the ready room doorbell that interrupts his thoughts. Picard, enter. The door opens. Troy enters with a disturbed expression. The doors close as she walks towards Picard. Troy, Captain, I'm concerned about Data. Picard with interest, yes? Troy, Lore is unstable, even more so than before. Picard, how is that? Troy, Lore is behaving as a child who experiences emotions far ahead of its level of physical development. He appears to be experiencing intense frustration. Picard, keys insignia. Picard to Data, do you read me? No reply, keys insignia again. Picard to Commander Data, do you read me? No reply, but a chirp comes from the ready room bell. Picard, come in. The doors open. Riker barges in. The doors close behind him. Riker, Captain, there's a force field surrounding the buildings where Data beamed over. Picard, what? Riker, it seems Lore had Data in quarters with a force field that won't allow our communicators to function. The field also resists sensor sweeps, so we can't find Data's coordinates. Picard, where's Lal? Riker, we don't know. We don't think she's with Data. Picard, find a way to bring Data back at once. Riker exits. Exterior space, the Enterprise optical. The Enterprise sits stationary in space. From the Enterprise, a beam shoots onto the planet and on the force field surrounding the buildings where Data is imprisoned. The buildings are some of Starfleet research's towering and expansive. The force field continues to hold. Interior main bridge. Riker, Worf, and Troy are in the same positions. Riker, use a stronger beam. Worf, I would not advise it, sir. Stronger than this and the beam may melt all the buildings and Data. Riker, try it for 0.0008 of a second. Worf, the buildings may not withstand this beam even for that short a time. Riker, can you think of any other way to break the force field? Worf, no, sir. Riker scowls. Do it. Exterior space, the Enterprise optical. A very thick beam from the Enterprise hits the force field surrounding the buildings. It has the appearance of lightning when it hits. The force field zaps off. Interior main bridge. Worf operates controls with Fury from tactical on the main bridge. Interior transporter room optical. Data rematerializes onto the pad in the transporter room as O'Brien operates the control console. Data. Lore locked me in a room where I could not use my communicator. O'Brien, it was a close one, sir. I wasn't sure if you'd survive the beam used to break the force field. We couldn't locate your coordinates until they broke down the field. Data acknowledges O'Brien and exits. Interior Admiral's Research Room, Station 1. The sound of background workers at Admiral Halftel's Research Room, Station 1 is heard. Lore stares into Lol's face seated across from her. Her eyes begin to open and meet his gaze. Lore, I relish the day when you'll be my companion. I have to make you fully functional first. Lol, I want my father for companionship. Lore, Data thought you died, remember? Lol, you have not told him about me? Lore almost cries, you didn't hear? Data died in a Klingon war while fighting for the Federation. I miss him. That's why I need you. Lol freezes with an expression of despair. With steely determination in his eyes, Lore clenches his teeth. He grabs Lol's hand from her one attached arm and places it between his own hands. His eyes soften as he observes the hand, and then he drops the soft, beaten hand as if it was poison. His face twitches, his hands tremble. Act 2. Interior Observation Lounge. Picard, Beverly, Riker, Troy, Geordi, and Worf are seated at the long lounge table. Data stands by the instructional view screen. On screen is an illustration of the reflex arc of the human nervous system. Troy, Lore must be stabilized if we hope to save Lol. Geordi, Data and I have discussed what we know about android neural nets. The view screen changes to an enlarged diagram of a synapse. Data points to the synapse on the screen. Beverly, this is human anatomy and physiology. So what does this mean for androids? Data, just like humans need the right chemical combination at the synapse for proper nervous system functioning, so do androids. Dr. Soong tried to perfect the chemical combinations at the synapse for androids to give androids emotions. Data changes the illustration on the screen to one of android brain synaptic functions. Data, especially in the brain, which is the emotional center. Beverly to Data. But your synapses must already have the right balance of chemicals, or you wouldn't know when we touch you. The nervous system can't work at all if the balance isn't right. Data, he perfected the combinations needed for synapses in all my neural nets except the brain. This is why I cannot experience emotions or use contractions. Beverly, that makes sense. Data, if we can find the chemical combinations needed for proper android brain function at the synapse, we may stabilize Lore and save Lol. Picard, how long will this take? Is it possible to find this? Data, we have narrowed it to 49,056 possible combinations. It would help to have all of Dr. Soong's research. Perhaps the Admiral will, Picard interrupting. We need to find this combination without the Admiral. In the meanwhile, let's try to take Lol from Lore. Riker, respectfully, sir, interfering with Admiral Halftel and Starfleet research may cost you your career and command. Picard, thoughtful, I know. But what Starfleet has done to Data and Lol is a crime. Admiral Halftel sees Lol as the property of Starfleet. Data, I believe Lore is responsible for Lol's missing arm. Picard, Lore does appear to be abusing Lol. You and Worf try to find her. Geordi, yes, sir? Picard, work on this combination needed for proper android brain functioning. All leave the lounge except Picard, his expression showing the weight of his decisions. The Enterprise cruises through space amidst brilliant nova stars. Interior, Worf's quarters. Worf is seated at a black table with a glossy finish and distinct Klingon decorations. A long Klingon sword blade with sharp, ragged steel edges lies across the table. Worf looks at it with satisfaction. Worf, computer, where is Admiral Halftel? Computer voice, you do not have clearance for this information. Worf pauses. Worf, where is the android Lol? Computer voice, you do not have clearance for this information. Worf, how do I obtain clearance to find Admiral Halftel? Computer voice, those registered with Starfleet research have clearance. Worf's upper lip curls, exposing his jagged teeth. He releases a restrained, fierce growl. Interior engineering. Data's head is partially disassembled. Seated next to Geordi and Beverly, Picard watches. Others work in the background. Picard, so we can find Law? With minute tongs, Geordi removes a small metal bit of nerve strand from Data's brain and places it on a clear microscopic slide. With small pliers, Beverly drops a clear slipcover over the nerve strand. The slipcover fuses with the slide, sealing the nerve strand in, automatically preparing it for microscopic viewing. Beverly, Dr. Soong created a specific genetic code for each android, similar to human DNA. This code exists in the neural circuits. Data and Law's code should be identical. Picard, okay. Beverly, we analyze Data's code and figure it out. Then we know Law's code. We give the code to Geordi. He makes a scanner to search for Law's genetic code in the universe. Picard, Halftel will expect this. He'll block our scanners. Geordi, hey, it's worth a try. Interior, Admiral's Research Room, Station 1. Workers in the background shuffle around and work. Law's loose arm on the silver-white floor has wires that protrude from its shoulder socket. With robots and android bodies scattered about haphazardly, Admiral Halftel and Lore are seated at a U-shaped mahogany conference table. Admiral Halftel, well, Lore, have you convinced Data? We need him. Lore smiles. I will. You see, I can remove Law's programming from Data's brain. Data won't like that. Admiral Halftel, keep the pressure on Data, because this will be an astonishing breakthrough. Imagine the first fully functional, emotional android. Lore, Admiral. Lore's face flickers nervously. Lore, I get Data's cooperation and Law's mine, right? Admiral Halftel, that's if you get Data's cooperation. The Admiral's face shows cold determination. Admiral Halftel, bring Law to me now. Lore walks to a wall and codes information onto a panel. A double door swishes open, releasing Law from her quarters with a tractor beam. She's on a platform with metallic silver cage-like bars supporting and surrounding her frozen android body. Only capable of facial and head movement, she is still dressed in the torn midi-length sky blue dress. Wires hang from her left shoulder socket. Her expression is one of misery. Once she enters the research room, the beam from her quarters disconnects. The double doors close behind her. A 12-centimeter squared area of silver white roof in the very middle of the research room dematerializes. From this opening, another tractor beam is aimed toward Law. The beam transports her to Admiral Halftel. Law, with pathos, I love you, Father. Lore walks toward Law. Lore turns his head with disgust. I am not your father. Lore, discouraged, I know. You are not as kind to me as he was. Lore stands next to Admiral Halftel and Law at the table. Lore, I am sick of hearing about Data. Law, you are angry. Lore, how could you make me angry? Law, I don't know, but you are always angry. Lore pounds the mahogany table with a clenched fist. He turns his head slowly to the Admiral, eyes glaring. A slight tremor shakes his head and spreads down to his feet. His whole body trembles. Lore, Admiral, you better do something about this. I can't take this woman's moods. Admiral Halftel, she still hasn't learned selective verbalization of her thoughts. Law stares at Lore and the Admiral observes them. Law whispers, please let me die. She freezes. Lore to Admiral, either you fix her or... Lore grabs the Admiral by the neck and collar with one hand and lifts him into the air. Lore's grip is so tight, the Admiral can't breathe and begins gagging. Lore drops the Admiral to the ground as the man gasps for breath. Lore, when I'm finished with her, you lose your position unless you fix her. Admiral gasping, yes. Interior, Data's quarters. Data seated, enters Data onto a computer terminal. Information comes up on the small screen before his pale face. His brows are creased in concentration as the information speeds down the screen. His gold eyes move back and forth in split-second intervals reading information. A chip is heard from the closed doors of Data's quarters. Data, still reading the screen. Come in. The doors hiss open. Worf enters. The doors close behind him. Data looks at Worf. Worf, Commander, you're wasting your time with the computer. Starfleet research has blocked our searches for Lal. It's apparently a highly classified matter. Worf pulls out the probe designed by Geordi and Beverly. Worf, Dr. Crusher gave this to me. I'll hide this in my sash. Worf shows Data the probe. It is silent and small. He puts the probe in his sash and another copy onto Data's uniform inconspicuously. Worf, the way this thing works is it scans for Lal's genetic code. Once it scans her code, her location is transmitted to your brain. Data, can we get it to work now? Worf, the Admiral probably has shields around Lal to block all our scanners. I've already tried. Data, that means the probe won't work. Worf, Geordi says if we move around and get away from the Enterprise, we may find a location where this probe will work. Data, keys insignia. What have we got to lose? Data to Picard. Picard's calm voice. Picard here. Data, Worf and I would like to visit the last known location of Starfleet Research Headquarters to try to scan for Lal's location. Picard's calm voice. Go for it. Interior, Admiral Halftel's old headquarters. Admiral Halftel's old headquarters are abandoned except for a secretary and her desk and boxes. The secretary's eyes are cold and her lips closed rigidly. Her oblong mahogany desk is cluttered. The area resembles moving day. Things are boxed up, but most boxes are gone. Bits of metal and scrap are strewn over the floor. Data and Worf materialize onto the scene. Worf inconspicuously begins this scan. Data to secretary. Where is Admiral Halftel? Worf moves around acting like he's inspecting the place while scanning for Lal's location. Secretary, lying. He returned to Earth. Data, why would he return to Earth? Starfleet Research has no facilities there. Secretary, he's on shore leave. Worf to secretary, you know where the Admiral is, and it's not Earth. The secretary straightens in her cushioned swing chair. Her face hardens like ice. Secretary, once Starfleet Research acquires a child for research and training, it's no longer considered the property of the parents. Worf looks away from the secretary and towards Data. Data realizes the scanners are not picking up Lal's location. Close shot on scanning probes and on Data's vacant stare. Act 3.
All right, so we should probably stop it there, but I was waiting for you to finish Act 2 because we had to at least have closure in the first part of it. But yes,
okay.
I appreciate you reading that. It's really great. A lot of people in the chat seem to like it a lot.
You know, I'm wondering if it's available anywhere. I think it's I don't know.
It'd be really cool to get a bunch of people to play the different roles and have them act it, just to record it, like record audio for it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
could. Yeah,
maybe they could on that.
Yeah, I'd like a copy of the script so I can.
I'll find a way to get it to you.
That would be amazing because I bet you I could put together a bunch of people to record it together. I bet you I could. I bet you I could find enough people to play every role in it.
That would be cool. So what do you think of it so far?
I think it's great. I'm a big Star Trek fan.
It actually gets better in the third, fourth, and fifth act because all sorts of things happen.
Yeah, that we kind of left like right in the middle there. Yeah. So you read that during a hangout, a Patreon hangout?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And which season would this have fit into? I guess maybe like the third or fourth season.
Somewhere around there, yeah. I think The Offspring, aired in the third season.
Okay.
And it was kind of based off like a sequel to The Offspring, which showed Data's daughter.
Yes.
So it would have been about fourth or fifth season.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of gave Data emotions, but the way they did it, I don't think they did a very good job. They did it when they started making the films.
Yeah, they gave him an emotion chip. That's how they explained. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like how they did it. I don't think they're. To be honest with you, I don't have much respect for Star Trek writers.
There was the one film where the Queen Borg gave him real skin, and she touched his skin, and it gave him goosebumps.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that one.
Yep.
No, the only writer that I respected at Star Trek, I thought Renee Echevarria was pretty good, and I think Melinda Snodgrass was good.
Yeah, I've seen
after those two, the writing went downhill. As soon as Brandon Braga got on board, everything went downhill. I think his writing was horrible.
What do you think about the character Wesley Crusher?
I didn't have a problem with him. I thought he was kind of cute.
What do you think of Will Wheaton now? Is he cloned also?
I haven't been keeping up with him. I really don't know.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's been cloned.
Me neither. He seems like he would be a clone. He was on that show Big Bang Theory a couple times.
I haven't seen that. I don't keep up with modern television stuff.
Yeah, it's a sitcom. It's been on for a long time. I don't know if it's still on, but it was on for a while. And yeah, Will Wheaton was on that. Probably a Gene Roddenberry.
When did Big Bang Theory come out?
Let's see, probably 2010s. Let me see, Big Bang, or maybe it started in. What year is it? 2007. It ran from 2007 to 2019. Oh, here we go. Oh shit, I didn't read it.
Yours you, Gail, and we hope to see more of you.
Let me read that actually, because I had it. It was from Totes Not Zoe. You should have your man work on a Lizzo containment field. The DP community adores you, Gail, and we hope to see more of you.
Oh, well, that's nice. Yeah, you all are fun.
Yeah, they something needs to be done about Lizzo. What everyone just
Lizzo's horrible, man.
Yeah, because the general public just believes her to be a talented musician.
Except for the ones that watch Gabriel Ton or Fox
there
News.
You go.
They know, which is really like, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess, actually, I think Lizzo's in the wrong business. She'd make a great actress.
She did act in the one the Disney Star Wars thing. I was surprised. It was her with Jack Black.
I never saw that. What was it? What did you think of it? It was in The Mandalorian, right?
I think it was in The Mandalorian. Yeah. I think.
I don't want to watch anything with her in it because I'm afraid she's going to put me under brain control.
Yeah.
I don't trust.
Yeah. Did you see when Lizzo played Thomas Jefferson's flute? Oh, there we go. We got a new patron. Thank you.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson's probably rolling over in his grave too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could they do that? Yeah, it was like a crystal flute. It was a flute made out of crystal.
Is it James Madison's flute?
Is that what I thought it was? I thought it was Thomas Jefferson's, but it could be Madison's. That might be
Madison.
what. Yeah. It was an early president.
I can tell you, as a musician myself, she is an insult to musicians. I haven't listened to her too much, but she doesn't put any heart and soul into her performances. It's all mechanical. It's like listening to a robot. Yeah. I think it kind of reflects her heart.
Okay. Yeah, you can usually see through that with any type of creative person. It kind of shows in their artwork.
She doesn't put any soul into her performance. It's all mechanical. Like, I listened to her. She did a pretty respectable classical music performance. I mean, with her flute,
Yeah.
Because I I play piano, okay? So, but I'm thinking there's no soul in this. It's all mechanical. It's like, I mean, I personally think she got into the music business because she wanted to become famous. I think she felt like a nobody growing up. That's what I think.
It's hard to put soul in your music when your soul belongs to Satan, you know?
That's true.
Yep.
That's true. Yep. And I think she felt like a nobody growing up, which might have contributed to her having an overeating problem. And she became obsessed with trying to be a somebody. And she wanted to become a famous musician to be a somebody because she felt like a nobody. That's what I think is motivating her. And when that's your motivation to become an artist, you are going to produce shallow works. Your performance is not going to have soul. And the only way she's going to get a following is by appealing to people who have the same feelings and gripes that she does, okay? So, or the same problems that she has. So basically she's attracting fellow sickos, I call it.
That's what there's someone else I'm a fan of online. His name is King Cobra. He's really popular right now, and he uses that term too, sickos.
Yeah, basically I mean, you can start a movement by getting fellow discontents to follow you. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's what I think her movement is based on. People who are discontented about something. And maybe the same thing she's discontented over. And that doesn't really give you a solution, okay? All you're doing is just feeding everybody's anger and frustration and fear and anxiety till it all just boils over and becomes unhealthy for everybody. So that's basically what her music does. And I just don't think her music is very healthy for that reason, because it's basically propaganda disguised as music. That's what it is.
How did you start playing piano? Did you start taking lessons as a kid or something?
Well, when I was a student at Florida State University, I was actually in a Bachelor of Science nursing program. I switched my major because frankly, nursing is just not for me, okay? And other reasons, but I'm just not nursing type, okay? I'm too much of a nonconformist to make a good nurse. Yeah. So I switched over to education just to get the quickest bachelor's degree and get out. So my last year at FSU, I had a lot of room for electives. And I thought, I'm going to take what really interests me, not what I have to take to get my bachelor's degree. So I took a year of music theory at FSU as an elective. Oh boy, was that a hard class. Yeah. At that time, FSU was ranked number 3 in music. The only schools ahead of them were Juilliard and Eastman. And believe me, that class was hard. But as a result of taking a year of theory, when I ended up going to Bible college later, I decided, hey, I bet because I've studied a year of theory, I could learn piano really quick. And at that time, I was thinking of being a missionary. So I thought, well, it would be helpful to be able to play hymns in church. So that's how I started. I learned by taking a hymn playing course. And I caught on really quick because I'd had a year of theory.
All right. I'd like to hear you play sometime. Do you have like a keyboard these days or anything? Or did you get rid of all your musical instruments?
I have a keyboard. You want to hear me play?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Yes, please.
Okay. We're fun today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me turn the microphone around.
Okay, sure.
And play some of this is totally impromptu, so forgive my crappy playing.
No,
okay?
I'm sure it's better than anything I can do.
Well, that may be true if you haven't studied piano, but
Not piano, no. I can play around on a piano, but I don't actually know how to play it, really.
Piano is fun. You can be so versatile. To be honest with you, I'm no good, but I love to pluck and have fun with it.
I'm gonna make a quick run to the bathroom while you're getting that set up, okay?
No problem.
All right, thank you.
I actually could use. You know what? I'm going to use the bathroom too. I'll be right back. let's turn this camera around. I have a digital piano here. Let me see if I can get this. I think I have to go this way. I did this once for a hangout. I just don't want this to fall. You know what? I think I could do it down here.
All right, I'm back.
Let me see if I'm showing myself on the piano. Let me see if I can get my fingers on the key. So, all right, let me pull this. All right.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. But you don't get to see me. Let me go up a little bit higher. That'll work, I think.
All right.
I can't see what I look like. Is this good enough?
Yeah, this is fine.
Okay, let me do something here. Hold on.
Okay.
I gotta get my. I don't have any song memorized, so I'm gonna have to read off the music. So I'm gonna have to put this here.
All right.
I don't know what you guys are seeing here.
Oh, we
Turn
can.
on this.
You're on full screen right now, so everyone can get the full view.
Well, I don't know what you guys are seeing. Are you seeing what are you seeing?
We can see your legs, your lower torso, and the keyboard, basically. Yeah.
Are you seeing my breasts?
No.
Okay, good. We don't want to turn this into porn. All right. Okay. All righty. This is Broadway hits.
Okay.
I love Broadway hits. I'm going to read you some, and I'll let people to have requests. And I'm going to tell you something that's totally impromptu. You got to understand.
Oh, it's
okay.
Anything you want to do. We're waiting to be entertained, Gail. Let's.
Let me get another book to hold this down here. Hold on.
Okay.
I got a placeholder because this thing wants to shut on me. The best Broadway songs ever. Piano, vocal, guitar. I don't play guitar. I used to a long time ago. Not very good though. Piano's better. Okay, let's see. Oh, I like this one. I don't necessarily pick the ones that are easy either, and you'll be able to tell when I start playing. Yeah. 122. There's so many songs I like in here. Oh, so many songs. 122. I Dreamed a Dream from Les Miserables. All right. Can I make this louder? Oh, here we go. Okay, this is in the key of E flat major.
All right.
That's too loud. I dreamed a dream in days gone by. You can tell I'm doing this improv.
Yeah.
When hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and not afraid. And dreams were made and used and wasted. See, I like that fun here.
Yeah.
There was no ransom to be. I gotta turn the page. There we go. Come song and some no wine tasted. With their voices soft as what's that? Thunder. As they tear your coat. What note is that? I'm not clever. Cedar Park. Oh, this is a minor. As they turn your dream to shame. Having fun here.
Yeah.
He slept a summer by my side. He filled my days with endless wonder. I'm having fun now. He took my childhood in his stride. But he was gone when autumn came. That's it for that one. Let's try another song.
All right. And was that from Les Miserables?
That's right.
Okay.
I love these show tunes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll just play them just to relax and hear music that I love. Oh, you know another one that I really like? It's The Impossible Dream. Let me see. How is it? Here it is. 152. From Man of La Mancha. 52. This is one of my favorites. It's kind of like my life theme. Let's see. Now you get to hear me play all the wrong notes on this one. B flat major. Second inversion. You can tell I took theory. That class was so hard, even though I took it in 1978, I still remember some stuff. It's amazing. Okay. To dream the impossible dream. To fight the unbeatable foe. To bear with unbearable sorrow. To wait a minute. Where the brave little go. Forgot where it is. All right. To write the unwritable. Oops. You better concentrate on what you're doing, girl. The unwritable wrong. To love, pure and chaste from afar. Now wait a minute. Oh, with unbearable. Okay, I'm hitting the.
Oh no.
This is what happens to me when I pluck the keys too hard. This thing falls.
Yeah.
This is fun though.
Yeah.
Reach the unreachable star. Is my quest to follow the star. Oops. G major, not major. No, wait a minute. No matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to turn the page. Don't fall down now. My major was be willing. No, here we go. Marching to health, the heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my oops heart do what will. Okay, E flat major, girl. Peace and calm. They have a lot of interesting key changes here. Calm, calm, oops. Calm, I'm late to my bed. Oh, I did E flat minor right. And the world will be better for this. That one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strode, that's D minor, strode with his last ounce of whoops. I've never played this in a while. I like that song. Of course, it'd be better if I could play it and sing it better, but
You're doing a good job. You know, I've also heard Brent's album that he did.
oh, he's a lot better singer than me.
Oh no, I mean, I think you guys could do some duets and make it sound good.
Yeah, after a lot of rehearsals. Yeah.
Did you ever see his movie Out to Sea? He did it with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, and he plays the villain in it.
I think I did see that.
He
yeah.
sings a lot in that movie.
Oh, he's a very talented singer, and I don't think he would probably get it right on the first or second try. For me, my voice is kind of messed up, you know. Anybody have any requests? Let me see. We got. Let me see.
Do they got some Jesus Christ Superstar in there?
Yes, they do. Let me go find one.
Okay.
Yes, they do. I like that. Has some fantastic music.
Yeah.
They have all the Broadway ones. They do have Jesus Christ Superstar. Let me see. Yeah. You know what? I thought they had another one. Let me see. They got I Don't Know How to Love Him. Let me see what else. I thought they had more than that. Could have swore they had another one. Maybe not. Well, I Don't Know How to Love Him is pretty cool. Let's see. Actually, that's kind of the way I felt when he was my roommate. That would be. Let me go to one. Kind of funny, isn't it? Let's see this one. I Don't Know How to Love Him from Jesus Christ Superstar. I've never played this before. They'll probably be able to tell. Yeah. I don't know how to. What to do, how to move him. I've been changed, yes, really changed in these past few days. Oops. Wait a minute. E flat days. man. He's just a man. Oops, man. And I've got so many men before. Oops, wait a minute, D minor. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. In many. Okay, let's change the page. Ways, he's just one more. Should I bring him? Should I bring him down? Should I scream at? Ooh, they got a lot of changes to scream at. Shout. Oh, yeah, what's the keys? Oh, shout. Should I speak on love and my feelings? But I never, but I'd come to this. What's it all about? Don't you think it's rather funny? I should be in this position. I'm the one who's always been so calm, so
Gail, you are such a talent. You never fail to make me smile. I hope Lizzo is punished for her crimes. All hail Gail.
Running every show, he scares me so. That's a cool song from Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't read music. I play guitar, but in order to learn a song, I have to listen to it and then try to play along with it, and that's how I learn songs usually.
For me, yeah, I have to read music. I can't do it totally by ear. I got to read music because I started learning how to play piano by taking a year of theory. So you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
But the key signatures on a lot of these songs are kind of tricky. You kind of like have to be on the ball and make sure like I was goofing up a lot with one of the minors keys here. See, that's a B minor. This is B minor diminished, and it sounds really crappy in some sections. This is B minor right here. So it makes a difference though. I had fun.
Yeah. You're getting a very positive response. You know, there's around 100 viewers watching right now. So
that's cute.
Yeah, you're doing an impromptu recital for everyone.
That's exactly what it is. Any other requests? This is fun. I love plucking on the piano. It's very relaxing for me. I got stuff from Godspell, The Phantom of the Opera, Oliver, Les Miserables, Cabaret, Camelot, The Sound of Music, Evita, The King and I, The Boys from Syracuse, 42nd Street, Hairspray, Hair, Hello Dolly, The King and I, let me see, Pajama Game, Finian's Rainbow, My Fair Lady, Girl Crazy, Carousel, Guys and Dolls, Fiddler on the Roof, Man of La Mancha, Bells Are Ringing, Babes in Arms, Miss Saigon, 42nd Street, The Threepenny Opera, Mamma Mia, Fiddler on the Roof, Cats.
So they have Mamma Mia. Do they just have Waterloo in there? Was that in? No, that wasn't in Mamma Mia, was it?
On a Clear Day You Can See Forever, Showboat, Oklahoma, A Connecticut Yankee, a Chorus Line, Bye Bye Birdie, Funny Face, Rent, A Little Night Music, Knickerbocker Holiday, Music Man, She Loves Me, Roberta, South Pacific, West Side Story. Oh, I love West Side Story somewhere. That's one of my, like a life song for me. Actually, I believe that Jesus gave me somewhere as a as a promise for me and Brent in 1992. Yeah, West Side Story, Tonight, The Music Man Till There Was You.
Yeah,
Oliver.
whatever one you think you could perform the best out of anything in that book, I would say do that one.
I'm out of practice on all of them. Probably something in C major without a lot of key changes. Let me see what Somewhere's in. Somewhere 323. I just happened. That was a promise.
People are asking for you to cover a Lizzo song.
Oh no, I don't want to do any of Lizzo's music. Everything she sings, I think and I think her lyrics are disgusting. I would not want to do anything that she writes or that she sponsors, because her message is not my message. My message is everybody needs to be authentic and genuine, and that you don't need to fit in a box, okay? She seems to want to put everybody in a box. I hate that. Yeah.
She wants to put you in a box and eat a banana out of your vagina.
Yeah, she doesn't believe in people being authentic and genuine. It's like you gotta do her message or you're dead. That's basically it. You either agree with her message or you're dead. There's a place for us. Somewhere a place for us. Peace and quiet and let me see. Yeah, that's it. Open air. Wait for us somewhere. Now turn the page. This was a promise that was given to me in 1992 about me and Brent. There's a time for us. Time together with dreams to share, time to care, time to learn, time to care. Oh, wait a minute, this is C flat major. Oh boy, how do I do that? A flat minor.
My Empress Lizzo must have put me to sleep because I just woke up to see you. I was excited but the sleep semen got into my eyes. You're our Empress and I bend my knee to you and Jesus and Buddha and Brett. Behemoth will suffer for anally raping bread.
I want to do this one instrumental.
Okay.
Everybody knows the words. B flat. Oh, C flat major. What does that sound like? A flat minor. Anyways, that's a pretty song. It was a promise that was given to me. They've has some pretty tricky key signatures in that one. Yeah, I love show tunes. I just love these. I could have danced all night. That's the song that I actually sang to Brent and performed to him on the piano in 1991.
Wow.
I can actually, some of the songs, and Lori McBride, she broke into Brent's house and destroyed all his tapes, the videotapes that I made for him.
So when did you first, so Brent called you first, or did you write him letters first?
I wrote him letters first, and it was only like once a month. And basically, I just wanted somebody I could be real with.
Okay.
And so I, just being myself and sharing my philosophies of life and how I felt about things, not how I was supposed to feel about things as a born-again Christian. And so I felt like some of the beliefs were a little too rigid for me. So I was kind of like sharing with him how I really felt, and it really resonated with him. He connected with some of the stuff that I actually played hymns. When he responded to me, he sent me a letter that said, "Dear Mrs. Schuler, thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. I think he said they were read with interest. Thank you for your comments about my portrayal of data. They were read with appreciation. You continue to enjoy the show. Sincerely, Brent Spiner." And I thought, wow, he wrote me back.
Yeah,
so
that's exciting.
In appreciation, I stayed up all night. I got on my piano, and I just kind of plucked out impromptu, kind of like what you're hearing, except I put a lot more feeling into it. And I sang only hymns. I sang hymns like, I could play, because I'm better at hymn playing. I've actually got a hymnal here. I actually sang, let me see if I remember one of those things. Yeah, I think I did Day by Day. I did this hymn. And so I basically played him a bunch of hymns like this one. They weren't preachy hymns, because I don't really like preachy hymns.
Yeah.
And it was just like hymns of comfort. I'm going to get me another placeholder here. And to my amazement, that was there about a month after that. That's when he started making his music album, Oh Yellow Light Is Back. Yeah. Apparently, he was so moved by my playing that at that time I had a Kauai apartment upright. It wasn't one of these digital pianos. And he was so moved by my playing, I think he fell in love with me when he heard me sing. Anyways, this is one of the songs that I gave him. Though day by day and with each passing moment, strength I find to meet my trials here, trusting in my Father's wise bestowment. I've no cause for worry or for fear. He whose heart is kind beyond all measure, gives unto each day what he deems best. Lovingly, it's part of pain and pleasure, mingling toil with peace and rest. That was stuff like that I sang to him. Another song that I sang that I don't have the music for is called Tears Are a Language God Understands. You can kind of like tell by the title what it was about. Yeah.
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 So
and another one that
was Brent a Christian, or I could have sworn I read that Brent was raised Jewish or something, wasn't he, or was he not?
Yes, he was raised Jewish.
Okay.
Conservative Judaism. He kind of, I would say he went to a Jewish day school, I think up to 6th grade. And then after that, his mother put him in the public schools, and he ended up going to Bel Air High School in Houston. But yes, he was raised Jewish. Yes, that is correct. And his brother his brother, who Laurie McBride murdered in around 1997, was practically almost an Orthodox Jew.
Oh, wow.
In his practice. Yeah, he had like 10 kids. Yeah. So that kind of clued me in that he's probably Orthodox Jew. Yeah. Yeah, he was raised Jewish. He did not become a Christian until I led him to the Lord in 2011, September. Yeah, you know how I led him to the Lord? Because he was kidnapped by a UFO.
What type of aliens kidnapped him?
I think it was mechanical UFO angels. The UFOs are the fallen angels, by the way. Okay. Jesus has verified this. Okay, so we were trying Laurie McBride at the Quebec trial, and we were doing in the execution chambers, and
I watched some of that video. I've seen some of that trial.
And I guess in order to save Laurie McBride, the UFOs decided to rescue some of the clones, okay? And one of the Laurie clones grabbed Brent and took him with her when the UFOs transported her out of the execution chamber. And he ended up on the UFO, and we didn't know what happened to him. Because it was me and Therese Jenkins would go, what happened to Brent? He just disappeared. And they go, I don't know. Laurie McBride just vaporized. At that time, we didn't know about transporter technology, okay? So, yeah, she just vaporized. I guess I can come back around now.
Yeah. Thank you for playing for us. Everybody loved it.
It was fun, huh?
Yeah.
I'll come back around here. Yeah, so the UFOs, they kidnapped Brent, and I thought, at that time, I was thinking, oh no, I was listening to Terrence, and I thought, you know what? I think the UFOs kidnapped him. So I said, let me try something. I have brain-to-brain communication with Brent. Let me see if I can talk to him brain-to-brain. And I was able to connect with him brain-to-brain. Yeah. And he told me, Gail, I'm on a UFO.
and what did they do to him on the UFO? I hope he wasn't sexually assaulted again on the UFO.
No.
Okay.
Let me tell you what happened. So I had brain-to-brain with him on the UFO, okay? And he told me they put him on a cot on the UFO, and that they were treating him pretty good, but he was hearing some Laurie McBride clones screaming in another chamber. So they were abusing the Laurie McBride clones. So I don't know maybe they were mad at her because she didn't do a good job in the trial or something. And I thought, oh no, Brent, how do we get you off of this? Well, he said, I don't know. I said, I have an idea, Brent. I'm a Christian, and I believe the UFOs are the fallen angels. I'm going to pray to Jesus and ask him to rescue you. So I said, Jesus, my friend's on a UFO. Would you please do something? Well, what was really funny is right after I said that prayer, Brent told me that the UFO they dropped him off in the middle of the Sahara Desert.
Was the movie Independence Day based off when Brent we kidnapped in the UFO? Also, was that the real Brent or the clone in that movie Dear Empress?
In Independence Day, was that the real Brent? That was made in I think the late 90s.
Yes, that was the real Brent.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure about the sequel.
Yeah, he was in that, wasn't he? Huh.
I think he was in that.
Yeah.
I think he was in that one. I'm not sure.
I think so. I think, yeah. Pretty sure.
Now, when did you see Independence Day? That might have, I'm not sure. I wasn't too impressed with the sequel.
I don't think I've seen it. I saw the original one in the theaters when it came out. I was in high school when it came out.
Yeah. He was in the first one. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went out to see it in Houston when I lived out there. So yeah, he got kidnapped by this UFO, and it appears Jesus did something because those fallen angels were scared and they dropped him off in the desert. And then we were able to go out there, and I said, Brent told me brain to brain Maria's. He got dropped off in a desert somewhere, and wherever it is, there's light. And using their technology on Church of Gail, they were able to determine he was dropped off in a desert in North Africa somewhere. And they rescued him, and he was famished. He was thirsty. And then right after that experience, I said, Brent, I know how to make sure this never happens to you again. You don't want to be abducted by a UFO anymore, right? He goes, oh, yeah, yeah. So I said, if you will say the sinner's prayer, then the Holy Spirit will live inside of your body. And with the Holy Spirit in your body, the UFOs will not be able to do switch out and use transporter technology on you.
I was just looking at a picture of Data from Star Trek Picard, and you're right. That is definitely not Brent Spiner right there.
No, Brent has not been in any of the Star Trek Picard.
Yeah,
no, that's clone.
But these are all from Picard. They had the Brent Spiner clone play multiple different characters in Picard. There's multiple different characters credited as being Brent Spiner in Star Trek Picard.
Well, he's he obviously, another thing is Brent looks a lot younger than his clone right now.
I see. So his clone aged poorly.
Well, after Brent rescued Jesus and Buddha gave him back his
Love
root
you,
chakra.
Empress Gail. God bless.
Huh?
They said they love you and God bless.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Brent, you know what Brent looks like now, don't you?
I've seen your sketches on your book covers.
No, he doesn't look like that. He's got six-pack abs now.
Oh, you know what? I did see that. You had a video about. It was part of the thumbnail recently where he was all.
That's what he looks like now.
He's jacked.
So it's really easy to tell him from his clone now.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, as his reward for saving Jesus's life, he's lost about 30 years in his age.
Wow.
I mean, he doesn't look like he's in his 70s. He looks like he's in his 30s.
And Brent Spiner's clone just looks really out of shape. Look at him. I can't believe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad you pointed that out. So if I see Brent Spiner now and he's in good shape, then that's the real one, and then the clone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Brent was joking. It's really easy to tell me from my clone now.
it would be.
Yeah, because he doesn't look like he's in his 70s. He looks like he's maybe 30, 35, 32.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that just go.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing. I don't know if he takes Seroquel, but he probably follows all the other Gail commandments, and that's probably good, clean living has gotten him into the shape he's in at 70. Well,
when Buddha restored his root chakra, he must have done some other things too, because man, he just got all his energy and vitality back. Apparently, when you have a really healthy root chakra, when your chakras are all well balanced, it can give you a more youthful appearance. So maybe it can even reverse the aging process.
Huh? Yeah. That's I haven't done a lot of research into the chakras, like the metaphysical stuff like that. So I'm not too knowledgeable about it. But his chakra got messed up by who did you say?
Well, he had his root chakra blocked for a while there.
Okay. How was it blocked?
It happened during the exact same sex party where Laurie McBride came to our side.
Huh. I must have forgot this part, that she came to your side during a sex party.
Yeah, it was during a sex party sponsored by a deity that I love dearly who has amended his ways. Yeah.
Were there any other people of note at that same party?
Well, just all Zach Knight, Rule 13, my Patreon supporters, and
was Jeff Holiday there?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
It was just a sex party, but it got us Laurie McBride. Yeah.
You know Jeff Holiday. He's one of your supporters.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes on cross-country motorcycle trips, and he said he might be passing through your area sometime, like this summer. So he might want to take you out to dinner or something. I don't know.
Well, you'd have to get together with Brent and Zach, and they could arrange it if
Okay.
you know.
All right.
Yeah, if he wants to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually gone out I went to the Olive Garden with Melanie Richards and Terrence Jenkins' relative, Tyrone.
Tyrone Jenkins.
Yeah, Tyrone, and I went out on an Olive Garden date with him, and that was fun. That was in Florida, and so he'd have to, for stuff like that. I always arrange it with my men.
Oh, sure, sure, and yeah, he's in contact with your men for sure. So
okay, yeah, that would be cool. We could have a double date. Maybe he could have his girlfriend, and then me and Brent could go out. You know, but you may not be able to see Brent, but he'll be there. You know?
Yeah.
He lives in my apartment in another dimension.
If you're in contact with Brent brain to brain, is there a way to get that to have that, like if you're in the presence of other people, can they read your brain to brain if you want them to?
They have to be hooked into the servers.
Okay. Is there like an implant that makes that? Because okay.
I think it works through like satellite signals or something.
I see.
They have to be hooked into the servers.
Yeah, I don't understand that technology. I'm just.
It works sort of like radio signals, you know.
Okay. All
right.
right.
So you've got to have. I think your own nervous system can act as the receiver, and they just send the signals right to your brain, to the part of the brain that processes thoughts, and they just insert the thoughts, I believe, into the brain using satellite signals. But it can be interfered with by Jesuits, and it often has been. So it can be a little inaccurate.
It almost sounds similar to the, I guess, MK Ultra. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it probably does have a lot of similarities to that.
Yeah, because it can allegedly put thoughts in your mind using technology.
Yeah, I think, it's probably based on a lot of that same technology.
Yeah, that's
I'm going to get my breakfast.
Sure.
Yeah, my breakfast. Oh, turn the piano off. There we go. And let's go ahead and, I can leave it open right now. I'm not running the AC, so.
Yeah, and I think we're only going to go for maybe like 5 to 10 more minutes here, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, we had fun.
yeah, it was great. I did not expect to hear music. I didn't expect to hear part of a script. I would like to get a copy of that script somehow, because
I'll get it.
I think that would be great to put together people to act it out.
Right? Yeah, I could give it to you on Skype, I think.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can upload it. Or in Discord. That's another place you can give it to me. I sent you the message earlier on Discord today too.
Either place.
Yep. Yeah,
I'll
either
figure
place.
it out.
Yep.
I gotta find it first. The Kindle version. The way that Amazon's got Kindle set up, the only way you can read stuff on Kindle is you have to belong to Amazon.
So you're good at writing. You're good at reading. You do music. Is it attributed to your genetic heritage? You always talk about, what is it, Catherine the Great, right?
David.
King David.
Well, King David was a psalmist and a musician.
Okay.
So that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he was so good with the harp playing, he could calm down King Saul.
Yeah.
So, I'm half King David.
And then the other one's Catherine the Great? Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. The Catherine the Great side probably helps me with government. And, King David too, but that Catherine the Great was a little bit. But I've kind of retired from that because Lizzo is too tricky. Her brain. And I don't like it when she tricks me and I'm in a position of leadership and I end up hurting innocent people. I don't like that. And she's done that using me, and I don't like it. I mean, it makes me feel really bad when I get tricked or brain controlled into doing stuff that hurts innocent people.
Yes.
He thinks it's fun. I think it's atrocious. I mean, I don't like it. It makes me feel really bad. In fact, it made me feel so bad I resigned from the presidency.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah. I wasn't even aware that happened. Huh. So who's president now?
My husband, Brent.
Okay. All right.
He's had a lot more experience with brain control than I have.
Yeah, they're. Did you hear the thing about Donald Trump about how they're not going to let him on the ballots in Colorado?
Well, yeah, I heard about that, but then Brent's really the president.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. I think Lizzo's just trying to get everybody distracted. Everybody needs to watch Gabriel Chana Fox News 00 on cable and just stay calm and don't get obsessed about stuff. Yeah, Brent's the president. Now, when I left the presidency, Trump was in my cabinet. But it's not really a super big deal. I mean, because Brent's the president.
Definitely a better president than Trump or Biden. Brent, yes. It's not only is he, he's a talented artist and actor, but he's also a medical doctor and scientist on top of that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
He's brilliant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he has a genius ability to read people and read the public's moods. And that helps when you're a leader. And he's got a really genius ability to discern where the real problems are too. And he's less likely to be tricked. And he's not as easily prey to obsessions like I am. So he has better judgment than me. And for a job like that, you need to have excellent judgment. So I actually want him in that job. I gave it to him at the end of August 2022. When Lizzo manipulated me by putting a notice on my door that made me think that that if I had any symptoms of an illness that everybody was getting freaked out about, that I would have to report it, and I got really freaked out and thought the doctors needed to be dealt with, and I ended up murdering millions.
Oh no!
Oh yeah,
that's terrible.
It is terrible. That's why I resigned.
Okay.
Because I was, and Lizzo thought it was so funny.
She's just evil.
She thought it was so funny. I said I resign. And we made automatons of all the medical people that were murdered.
So Lizzo is probably Zach Knight at his worst, Lori McBride at her worst. Lizzo is worse than both of them, right?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Because, simply because she's more of a coward than they are. At least they were willing to own up to their actions, okay? She doesn't own up to anything. She's sneaky. Her goal is to commit the crime and make it look like her enemies did them. And she does it. She uses brain control and trickery to manipulate her enemies into committing heinous murders. And then she laughs because they got tricked. And she figures out what your vulnerable weak spots are, like what you're obsessed about, and she'll play on that to manipulate you to do horrible things to innocent people. And then after you've done it, she'll claim that you did it and that she had nothing to do with it, even though she was working in the background the whole time.
So what's the best way that someone could prevent Lizzo's brain control from influencing them?
Do the Gail commandments. And I would say live a life of joy and explore new places. Exploring new places will help you to overcome obsessive tendencies, because if you can, try not to use your cell phones too much. Yeah, she uses cell phone, but I'm not exactly sure how she does it, but it's not safe for me to have a cell phone right now. I mean, she was able to use brain. She showed up at a Christmas party. Okay, she showed up at a Christmas party, and she was inside this huge cake, I think. And she came out. Everybody at that time, we didn't know she was the Antichrist. She came out and she started playing her flute. As soon as she played that flute, everybody fell under her spell. And then she started going on a rape fest, her and her followers. And Brent was trying to get into his Metcha Gail suit to take her and her followers out. And then his phone rang. Bring! And he answered it, and he fell under the spell of the phone. And the scam. And instead of rescuing his fellow people at that party, and while they were going on a rape fest, he fell under the spell of the phone, and he ended up giving out private financial information to the scam artist, and he lost thousands of dollars, and everybody got raped.
That's terrible.
That is how powerful her brain control is on the phone.
That's crazy.
Yeah, now I think she has to use a concentrated version for it to work. So I don't think she can do it on everybody, but she does it to me. She almost got me to lose thousands of dollars. I had to cancel my cards really fast.
Yeah, I remember that old video of you cutting up all your cards. Do you remember that?
That was Lizzo was on the scene.
Yes. I pulled up the original Gail commandments. It looks like they were first posted on May 6th of 2018. I think anyway. That's when this is from your website.
16.
Oh.
But what happened? I transferred from an old website, but originally they were posted around March 2016.
Okay. Yeah, I like how the first one is Sarah Quill. I believe that was protecting against yeast.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then well balanced diet. Which,
if you're prescribed Seroquel, you should take it because it will protect you with brain control too.
Okay.
Balanced diet, yeah, that's good, because see, if you start going on special diets, you're giving way to obsessions. All obsessions are dangerous. Thou shalt honor the Lord's temple. Yeah, stay clean. Keep your place clean. Don't become obsessed with cleanliness. For a while there, me and my men were getting obsessed with toilets. That was from Baphomet. So we stopped. Just do the Gail commandments, but don't obsess or worry over them. Just do them. Live a life of joy. Look at this, he's saying, go on walks every day, enjoying the day the Lord has made, okay? That's the thing. Enjoy your life. Live in the moment. Don't give into a fear, scarcity mindset or into obsessions. Only spend money on food and bills. Just
bathe and brush your teeth. See, that's very important.
Yeah, that's right. You got to take care of yourself. So if you do the Gail commandments, you'll be healthy, balanced, and sane, hopefully.
I love the last one, which says, "Thou shalt not seek loopholes or ways to work around the Gail commandments, lest baby Jesus poops and pees himself in sadness. The Lord knows the heart."
That's not, whenever he was with us, he always showed up as a baby. Whenever we did something wrong, he often showed up as a baby who pooped his diapers. Yeah, I know. And he'd be wailing and crying and upset. And then he would transform into his form and I go, uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
When Jesus was in his adult form, did he have the wounds of the stigmata?
Yes.
He did. Okay.
I've never seen him, okay? He would never let me see him, even when he lived in my apartment.
Okay.
But yes, men tell me that he did.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was raised Catholic, so they all the images of Jesus, he has the stigmata, So
he's proud of that.
Yeah.
He probably still has it too. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he's like, I took all this and came back from the dead after it, so I'll wear it as it's like a badge of honor.
He's a very caring deity. I'll say that. He's a very caring deity. He cares about his humans, and he's proud of the fact that he died on the cross for everybody, He doesn't want Satan to have this planet. Yeah. And he wants people to be free and happy. That's the purpose of the Gail commandments. They're basically designed to keep you away from obsessions, to help you to be free and happy and healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, this do you have and do you believe that you might have any current obsessions that you might need to rid yourself of?
I probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working very hard on trying to eliminate them, but I may figure some more out later that I need to get rid of. I think I've done a pretty good job overcoming a lot of them simply by, Buddha said, one thing that really helps with obsessive tendencies is to go out and explore new places. And I guess because it helps you to stay, and to do it because you enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Just living in the moment. Another thing that really helps me is meditation. As soon as I feel like I'm getting agitated or worried, or I'm getting into the fear mindset or anxiety mindset about anything, I will get some chamomile tea, some hot tea, sit by my window, look at the beautiful view. I can see the mountains from, the window.
Yeah.
And just focus on my surroundings and just tell myself, just calm down, enjoy the beautiful planet, the views. And then I try to make decisions after I've calmed down and not when I'm feeling anxious. Because usually when I make decisions when I'm feeling anxious, they are obsessive.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so if you can get in a good, peaceful meditation mode, okay, and also just go out and visit new places, forcing you to focus on your surroundings, and that will help to overcome obsessions. Also, when you do those things, it helps make you more aware of your obsessions too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go out for a walk in a new place and I come back and thinking, why was I so worried about that other thing the other day? That's crazy. Just relax, Do
you think you're in a way you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and that helps you forget about the obsessions or the things that make you anxious?
Yeah, I think we can get into ruts. I don't know if I'd call it the comfort zone, but like ruts.
Okay.
Where habits that we develop that we think are like written in stone, that they can't be changed. And that could be an obsession right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So sometimes the way to overcome obsessions is to have some flexibility in our thinking. Does it always have to be done this way? I mean, can you do it another way? Maybe the other way, I'll tell you one area where I might have an obsession. I love unwaxed dental floss. Okay. I feel like it does a really good job with my teeth. Well, I don't know what's happened. There used to be a CVS near me that sold it. Now there's only one CVS that I can get to by bus that sells unwaxed dental floss. Publix quit carrying it. Jesus forbids me from ordering anything online. So now the only way I can get unwaxed dental floss is going to CVS. That may be a bit of an obsession. Possibly I need to be more open-minded and try other types of floss. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I have a few different types of floss that I use. I use this tape kind, but then I'll use you can't see it because it's green.
I hear that's really good. I'm thinking of checking that out. How good is that?
It works pretty good. It's flat. I think it's easier to work in. It's almost like flat tape, almost. But it's not too wide.
What I don't like about the wax flosses is it doesn't feel like they're cleaning my teeth.
Yeah, is it because it glides too easily when you floss?
Yeah. Huh. I like to feel like I'm really removing all that tartar. That's why I like unwaxed. And it's like they all just continued it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty strange. I didn't even know that.
All hail Empress Gail.
There you go.
What's that?
That is my little dog humping her little hump toy.
Oh my goodness.
She's a really little dog. She's like a teacup chihuahua. She weighs about 3 pounds. And she has this little toy that's about the same size as her, and she humps it. Yeah.
Another thing is possibly I'm getting obsessed about is I do not like the smell of secondhand smoke, and I may be in danger of becoming obsessed about that. So I'm going to, but I just don't like the smell. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it's understandable. I don't smoke. I smoked cigarettes when I was younger, but I don't anymore. But I do smoke weed a lot. So I do smoke a lot of weed.
Weed probably doesn't smell as bad as tobacco.
No, it definitely smells better.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't like the smell of tobacco. It's like, ugh.
It is
It's
pretty.
like,
It is pretty gross, especially when you get. Yeah, I'm sorry. What were you saying?
I don't understand why people like to smoke that stuff. I've never been a smoker my entire life. It's like gross. That smells awful. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you were younger, there was a lot more people who smoked than now. Smoking overall, especially with the younger generations right now, is way down compared to how it was, in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s.
In my town.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's a lot of.
I mean,
well,
you used to be able to smoke in restaurants and airports and.
Young blacks smoke a lot. I deal with them on my buses, or maybe they're all Lizzo Jesuits.
They might be. I don't know. I mean, I would say overall there's a lot less tobacco smokers just because of
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right because the place where I live at now has a lot of older people, which might explain why I'm smelling a lot of smoke here. Yeah. So that could be it.
Yeah, because they banned tobacco advertising in I think the either late 80s or early 90s, and it's just better education about the health, and we know the health concerns about it way better now that there's generations of people who smoked. We can see it. So, yeah.
This is a cup that Zach Knight gave me. I drink my coffee from this every morning.
It's Zach's perfect penis.
I love Zach Knight's perfect penis. He gave that.
That's funny.
Yeah. I think he'll deposit some of his semen in here every now and then when I'm drinking, which I don't mind because it has antibiotic properties.
Someone asked if I asked you about your appearance on the news, and I did kind of. You know what? I'll play the clip really quick because it's really.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is. I'll put it on the big screen here.
Well, several people weighed in on the changes the Huntsville Transit Department wants to make to bus routes across the city. City officials laid out the proposed route changes for residents to see at today's transit meeting. Routes 3, 7, 8, and 9 will all see changes. Those changes will impact riders getting
They're like, skip the Walmart.
on and off buses on Jordan Lane, Sparkman Road, Oakwood Avenue, and several other stops. Now, we spoke with a bus rider, and they echoed their dismay about the changes coming to the routes that she takes.
And then a lot of people were upset because a lot of people live on that Oakwood Street going out.
I like your hat. What's on your hat? It's kind of hard to see.
I'll go. It's like a little Barbie. It's a kid's hat, actually.
Okay.
I have a small hat. I'll show you my hat.
Okay.
I'll go get it. It's cute. I've had a lot of compliments on that hat. Oh, it's in here. Oh. Here it is. Believe it or not, this is a kid's hat. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is it okay? I think it's Frozen. Is it Frozen? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's from.
I'm not sure what it's from, but it's this is a kid's hat, and I can't.
Okay, people are saying it's Frozen. It's a Disney animation.
Oh, I think I got it at Academy. I can't remember, but I bought it somewhere here in Huntsville. So,
at Walmart, and they say they're gonna have to walk a really long ways now to go up, either up to Sparkman or Pulaski Pike in order to catch the bus.
What a coincidence. One of Pulaski Pike, one of the doctors in Star Trek was Dr. Pulaski.
Oh, that's right. I remember her.
Yeah, she replaced Crusher for a season.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
The Huntsville Public
Probably just a coincidence.
It could, yeah, more than likely.
Transportation Department will take today's public comment from residents as they move forward. Route changes will go into effect on January 15th. Well, heads up.
Yeah, so January 15th is when it's changing?
I hope they listen to me. Because if they don't listen to me, it's going to be a lot more difficult to go to my 2 favorite Walmarts near me.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is strange that they're changing mainly just that part of the route to skip your Walmart.
They don't seem to like Walmart. I wonder if it's because Walmart gives out those shots to help people get over retardation.
Probably. A lot of places don't like Walmart because they're anti-union. I remember the city I grew up in, we didn't get a Walmart until I was already about to graduate from high school because the city I grew up in was very union friendly. So when Walmart came in, what was that?
What city was that?
Toledo, Ohio.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a factory. It's a town with a bunch of factories and stuff. So.
Well, a year ago, they treated Walmart really good. There was a Walmart here that had 3 buses going to it. And now all of a sudden, it only has 1. And that Walmart, which is, I call it the L&N Walmart, it's off of Memorial Parkway. Anybody who lives in South Huntsville now, good luck trying to get to Walmart. Anybody who lives in South Huntsville, if they tried, they can only catch routes 5 and 6 going north. Those routes no longer stop at Walmart.
I was
go buy it.
I was just wondering. I don't believe I'm retarded. So if I got the shot, would I just become like a super genius?
I don't think it would make you a super genius. I think it would just undo the retardation.
Oh, I thought like if you didn't have it and you got that shot, you'd get even smarter than smarter. Like you'd be a genius.
No.
Okay.
They're talking about it on Gabriel Chana Fox News, so that you might want to tune in and find out.
Zero.
Fortunately for me, I've never had to get that shot because I've never done anything where I've, become retarded. I've never got tricked into doing stuff that would cause me to get retarded. And also, if I smell a fat woman's farts, which causes retardation, Brent Spiner's semen will undo that. I know. It is kind of funny. I can do it.
Oh, yeah, I have to admit that one.
I can see why some people would say I'm crazy, but it's true. It is really true because I asked about this. This is like back in 2015. I said, if I don't wear those special gas masks to filter out obese women's farts, am I in danger of becoming retarded?
Yeah, like what if you're on an escalator and there's a fat woman up a few steps higher so her butt is, right in your face?
You might be in trouble.
Yeah.
But they have to be pretty obese, I think, in order for it to be, and you got to be in a pretty enclosed area where there isn't good ventilation. Yeah. I'm not really. Yeah, Lizzo is terrible. She's putting obese women's farts in the bombs that she dropped over the United States before we stopped her. And people were getting retarded from the bombs. And she thought it was funny.
I was just checking. Alabama is, I believe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6th highest state for obesity in the U.S.
Yeah, there are a lot of obese people here. I can tell. To be honest with you, maybe I've never worried about it simply because my men informed me that even if you did breathe in an obese woman's farts, we could undo it really quick by using Brent Spiner's semen on you.
Do you have to drink it?
Nope.
Okay.
Once it gets in my body, I'm good.
So do they just inject it? Because I was just asking, like, if it happened to me, how would Brent Spiner's semen help me?
Actually, you may. I'm not sure. Maybe they have to inject it. I don't know.
Okay. I was just worried about having to drink it.
And it's also possible that the Walmart shots would work too.
Oh, okay.
Help with inflammation. Yeah. So that might work too.
Okay.
Which might be one of the reasons. The bus companies are working with a San Francisco-based company which not only plans the bus routes for Huntsville, but for many other cities like Seattle, New York, Austin, Los Angeles. So, that's the reason I asked you before we got on the air if the Walmarts in your town seem to be unavailable for public transit, but you said you didn't notice that.
Yeah, I don't normally, because I do have a car. If I'm taking a quick trip, I usually drive to Walmart or wherever I want to shop. If I'm going into the city or if I know I'm going to have some alcoholic beverages, then I take the bus, so I don't have to drive,
Yeah, well, maybe it's happening and you just don't notice it.
Yeah, I might not notice it. We've had Walmart closures here recently.
That might be a little suspicious.
Yeah. So
I don't think Lizzo likes Walmart.
Probably not.
Because they're giving out those anti-retardation shots.
Well, also is Lizzo friends with the actor comedian Tracy Morgan? Because I believe Tracy Morgan was almost killed by a Walmart truck while he was driving.
I really don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay.
I personally think they're orchestrating accidents to accomplish objectives.
Okay.
That's what that's what they're doing. Like if they want to eliminate a company or a person, they will orchestrate accidents to happen to make that person or company or bus route or whatever look bad so they can change it the way they want it.
Okay.
Because one of their rationales for discontinuing a Route 9 in my area was that there was a bad accident on the route. And I thought, that's funny. So this route's been in existence for like 20 years, and now all of a sudden they're going to say there was a bad accident and they're going to cancel it and leave out a lot of people that live in the middle of Huntsville,
So is there someone you can, so I know you were on the news and everything. Is there like a transit board you can write to or something?
That's what the news media was at the transit board.
Oh, okay.
The man who decides on the route changes was the one I was speaking with, and me and several others were complaining about the changes, and he just basically fluffed us off and basically made it like our concerns were not valid. And I said, it sounds to me like you're just trying to eliminate bus access to this one Walmart. And he said, oh, no. He said, you can catch that bus. I said, yeah, when you go north and a 30-minute walk south, whereas before I could go directly. He said, oh, no, it's like a 15-minute walk. And 15-minute walk, no sidewalks or very minimal sidewalks. And so I kind of joked. I said, they did an interview with me, a long, unedited interview, which got aired on Gabriel Chon of Fox News. So I said, I guess the new options are now, he said, the bus driver got in an accident, which I think is bad, okay. But it's okay for the pedestrian to get hit by a car.
Not very sound logic there.
Yeah, and not only that, another Walmart that I want to go to, and I talked about this, I have walked all the way up there from where I live. It's about a 40-minute walk, okay? Taking the bus is more streamlined. I can get there really fast and come back, because right now the way the bus is set up, it's straight up and back. They drive you off right in front of the Walmart. You get off, you can go home right in front of the Walmart. Now, they're going to eliminate the drop off right in front of the Walmart, and I would have to get off 10 minutes away from the Walmart and walk over to the Walmart. Then the bus turns around and it'll be back within a half hour, okay? So I got to walk 10 minutes to the Walmart. That gives me 10 minutes to shop. Then I got to walk 10 minutes back to the stop. And by that time I will have missed the bus. Not only that, the new stop has 5 loose pit bulls at that stop.
That's scary.
Not on a leash. Yep. That's the stop I would have to use.
Crazy.
It sounds like a setup to me, if you ask me.
Yeah, I can see why you would think that. It sounds very strange. I think in just a moment here we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for spending so much time with everybody here.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and maybe I'll have you on again in a month or so, and we'll see how you're doing.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. Thanks to everyone for watching. It was a great stream, and I'll see all of you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day.
And I'll get you along.
All right.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.